and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. It's time for Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. The first hour of Sports Time is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. Connor Dacus producing. We're Sports Time. We're with you for the next 3 hours and a lot to get into this afternoon. As got to talk NBA playoffs, as obviously no game tonight with the Knicks kicked back, relaxing after their sweep. But last night we had Game 5 between the Thunder and the Spurs. We'll talk a lot about that. Also, today is the deadline for the stay or go decisions for college players in the 2026 draft. So we'll talk a lot about that. We'll talk some golf, baseball, little bit of everything over these next 3 hours. But Brett, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing great. And for those of y'all that are out there that may be of the superstitious way, Connor Dacus and I, well, were we talking about Brian? Were we talking about him behind his back?
A little bit.
Yeah, I think
but it wasn't bad though, was it?
Not bad at all. No.
We were just saying, I'm not at all.
No, not at all.
I mean, I run polar opposite averse. Give me a broken mirror. Give me a crack in the sidewalk. Give me a ladder to walk under. I'll gladly do it. I think I'm covered by more things than fate.
Sure.
You know I'm not a big karma person.
No.
If you were of the persuasion to be superstitious and karma, you can blame everything with Dusty May and the Cardinals on me this afternoon.
Really?
Everything.
Wow.
I didn't catch a lot of it earlier, but Connor walks in, pleasantries, good afternoon, how's everything going? He said, hey, does Dustin May, I just went Dusty May again.
Yeah, you did.
Does Dustin?
Dustin, same person.
It really is. Pre-med, pre-law.
That's right.
He said, does Dustin May still have his no-hitter going? Didn't know he had one going. I said, well, let's check in on it.
So shame on Connor for bringing it up. You can't mention it when it's going on. You know?
We called it.
I knew it was going to happen.
We called it, didn't we? That's not it. But if you're of that persuasion,
yes.
From that point on, it just got, leaps and bounds worse. No-no's gone. Multiple hits added. Yeah. Joe Romero comes in, game's lost. Cardinals never win another game. When you blow a no-hitter to the division gold standard team,
that's right.
And you carry it into the eighth, you don't complete it, and you lose and get swept in Milwaukee, home of really, really bad swill beer. Cardinals never win another game.
Yeah, well,
that's it right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't make you feel good. That's for sure. I, on the other hand, I was at my house watching the game and trying to figure out, okay, when will the game be over? Because if we're starting show and he's still going and still has the no-hitter, how am I going to be able to talk about it without actually saying he has a no-hitter? So
3 billion Chinese. Not only do they not know Connor, Bryant, and Brett, they don't know Dustin May or Dusty May.
No, they do not.
There's nothing we could say that causes it. You could go. Somebody could have gone. Maybe somebody did. Hey, Dustin, great no-hitter you got.
No, I can't do that, Brett. Can't do that. It's a big
Why can't we?
It's a big no-no. A no-no during the no-no.
What's the basketball no-no?
Oh, I don't.
Approaching triple-double?
Yeah, no.
I think people want to know that, though.
I was about to say,
and then kind of play for it.
Guys quite literally ask for the stat sheet so they can look.
The Ricky Davis triple-double.
Yeah.
Off the glass, get the rebound. Off the glass, get the rebound.
Yeah, I don't really know if there is anything that kind of comes close to it in basketball. I can't think of anything.
Football, a completion streak for a quarterback? I don't think so. I haven't ever heard.
That's fun, but I don't think it reaches no-no level. I don't know.
Hit us up, people, if you got anything.
Please.
Football or basketball. Golf, don't be looking at that scorecard. Don't be adding your head. A great friend of mine. He's been gone a long time now, but great friend of mine, taught me a lot about the game. He would tell me, he could see the gears grinding. Quit adding that score up in your head. Just play it out.
Keep going.
Just play it out.
Just keep going. Yeah, I blame and I don't even know what to call them now. I guess just the Cardinals television network. I blame them eighth inning starts, and first time I'd seen it during the game, a little above the scoreboard, it pops up, Dustin May no-hitter wide. What are we doing? I mean,
well, Brian's got the
watch the
chainsaw
game.
out for everybody.
I mean,
who is it? Cardinal Network? Me, Connor, all of us?
The no-hitter has to be something that if you know what's going on, you know what's going on. I mean, you can't just start broadcasting it out there because that's what happens. I mean, quite literally, I see that they come back from break. I see the scoreboard. It says Dustin May no hitter. Ball, next pitch, the hit that gives it up. I mean, whether you believe in fate or not, it seems like an awful, wild coincidence that happens at the exact same time.
Maybe it was your fault.
How's it
Thinking
my fault?
about how to talk about it on the radio.
Hell, man.
There we go.
I didn't say
positioning himself. That's it.
There's a difference. I'm not going to take any blame for that. I will put the blame on y'all. I'll put the blame on the fine people in St. Louis. I don't know who I need to put it on.
During a perfect game, are you just supposed to even think about it?
See, that's the thing. I think you speak it into existence, Brett. I mean, you can think about it all you want. Try not to, especially if you're involved in it. But you can think about it as much as you want. You just can't start talking about it.
Have you on any level, have you ever seen a no-hitter?
Well, that's a great question.
On any travel team, were you part of a dog pile for a no-hitter?
Yeah, well, certainly wasn't a part of a dog pile on a no-hitter. I could have been on the receiving end of a no-hitter.
Okay.
I've
never even seen that.
Been far more likely
at any level
on the receiving end. I feel like I remember one game being either our team or their team. It was like a one-hitter, like it was very close. Maybe it was a no-hitter. I don't remember what it was. I'll have to text my buddy that I remember something happened with him in a game. And I can't remember what exactly it was now, but it was something
closest
special.
Thing in the show at the big league level, big guy, St. Louis trip, 1990-91, playing the Reds, and Randy Myers for the Reds took 1 7 2/3.
Oh, wow.
And my friends, can't believe you're cheering for this. I go, to see a no-hitter?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, down 6-0.
Yeah.
Buried in the standings,
Absolutely.
late July. What of it?
Yeah, I mean it's special, and so yeah, I mean if I was on the losing side of it, I'd want to see it. The problem now, because now I'm thinking about it, if this guy actually did that or not, that I'm thinking about my buddy. I can't ask him because if I ask him, he's gonna be, oh yeah, I absolutely did, whether he did or not. He
struck out.
Would,
21.
Yeah, sure.
17 game probably.
Yeah, that's right. So he would lie to me, I'm sure.
So he'd fudge a little.
Oh, not a little. He would. Fudge
Every fishing story becomes Moby Dick.
That's exactly right.
It happens through the years.
Yeah. So I don't know if I can ask him. But there
that's
was
part
something
of
special.
A young friend of mine, for his birthday, his fiance bought a stadium seat from Old Busch Stadium.
Oh, nice.
They call it Busch Stadium too. The Cardinal first ballpark was Sportsman Park. I know after the brewery bought it, they dubbed it Busch Stadium. But to me, the first Busch Stadium is what people are now calling the second one, the one that was right by where the current one is. But she bought a seat from Old Busch Stadium for him for his birthday, and I told him, I said, look, your dad was at closeout games 6 and 7 in 1982 against the Brewers.
Yeah.
First World Series since 1967, and then had to wait till 2006 was the last one until then. I said, tell your kids through the years that's the seat your granddad sat in. Nobody's ever going to know.
Never going to know. No, there's no way to fact check that.
And that's how the fishtails
That's right.
go.
Yes, that is perfect. You've got to do that when you have something like that. But no, I mean, another part of it, I mean, the Cardinals bats have been really, really bad, and they're extremely quiet, dead asleep. It feels like,
and the lull we've been fearing.
Sure.
Has happened against a little better teams.
Sure.
And could continue this weekend at home against the Cubs.
Sure. But I mean, you're throwing a no now. Give me more than one run. I mean, 2 runs. 2 runs. You would have gone to extra innings.
Give me something
today.
to
I mean,
believe
good
in.
Lord. I mean, you just knew once that double was hit. Okay, this game's over, and here come the Brew Crew, and they're gonna win this. They're a really good team, and they do it the right way.
Did you like your gift I brought you?
Oh yeah, I love it. The Athlon Sports. I have not flipped through it quite yet. I know you've
diving
been
into
flipping
mine.
through it. So yeah, good stuff in there.
Made me feel alive.
There you go. Hey, I mean,
Just to have it on my person.
The unofficial start to the college football season.
And unlike 2 years ago, and I still feel horrible about this, Connor. Do you know the story of the magazine I got Bryant 2 years ago?
I do not.
So I'm at a Walgreens or something, chain drugstore on Poplar, and they had 2 left. Well, one was very, very dog-eared. People had been coming in and poaching the material and reading it, putting it back on the stand. They had 2 left. I thought, well, I don't really want to get this for either one of us, but I will. There's 2 left. I do. And I gave Bryant the dog-eared one. How sorry of me.
That's fine. I mean, it didn't bother me at all. You know?
But I still feel terrible about it.
You know, I have received a lot of things in way worse shape than what that was.
I mean, that's worse than any regifting at Christmas, isn't it? And I'm a proponent of regifting.
Sure.
Size doesn't work, fit doesn't work. Somebody could use it. Cool.
You know what they say, Brett. You know, never judge a book by its cover.
I regifted Landon a nice belt.
Yes, you did. So I mean, you know, it's never judge a book by its cover. Never judge a magazine by the condition of its cover. You know, it's what's on the inside that
Friends
counts.
of mine in Oxford bought me a belt from a nice belt, leather, apparel, wallet, etc. store in Oxford.
Too big, right?
That would fit Shaquille O'Neal. Who are you buying this for? I mean, he'd go around me 3 times.
Yeah, belts, that's one thing. You can't be too small, it can't be too big.
It's got to kind of work.
It's got to be kind of perfect. So.
But truly, the thought counts.
That's exactly right. It's very, very thoughtful. So, yeah, so anything that's jumped out to you yet in the Athlon magazine?
I've only gotten to page 5. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And
Quite all right.
First page or 2 were kind of like what's in the rest of the magazine.
Yeah, no.
You know the first thing I did. I went through all 138 teams that will make up FBS this year, and I circled the ones I've seen in person. Mm-hmm. And I know I'll add Charlotte this year, but I don't have them yet because I haven't seen them yet.
Haven't seen them yet. That's right.
And I'm still up in the air on one. I landed at 92. Mm-hmm. I still think there's one more that I have, maybe 2. But I can't. In the early 80s, I know Arkansas played New Mexico in Little Rock, 17-0 game. I looked that up. Couldn't jog anything. And if I can't jog anything, I'm kind of counting it me not being there.
Well, that, Brett, might be one of those fishing stories where I was probably there. I'm just going to say I was there. Nobody's going to check you on it.
Early 80s, some funky kicks going down in the city. I'll yield to that. But I have nothing from it. You know. I went to box score and I went, so
no, I don't remember that.
I can't. Now, New Mexico State, yes, Lou Holt's opener in 77.
Yeah.
In section 36, north end zone, Markham Street. Remember it well.
How about that? I think you were there. You know what? I'm going to say I remember seeing
I can't count it.
You were in the stands. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's one of those things that kind of falls in the middle.
I want to get to 100.
Yeah, I think you're very close. Very close.
Got Washington State last year. We'll get Charlotte in September.
Yep.
Maybe at bowl time, somebody knew.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think you've got a couple good opportunities to check
in the American. Only Charlotte and Temple.
That's
and
crazy.
when the Tiger schedule, the opponents came out, I went, oh, good. Open date for Ole Miss, pair up.
Yeah.
Maybe even early Ole Miss, late Tiger or Temple. They're playing Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. No, that's tough.
Very busy time.
Very, very busy time. But you'll get to hopefully see Charlotte. Hopefully that will work.
Oregon State, I never have, and they come. Ole Miss plays them home and home in a year or 2, maybe starting next year even. Yeah. So but I want to get to 100.
Yeah, I think you're very close.
And quit adding teams.
Yeah, well, that is also true. I mean, now you got to North Dakota State, Sacramento State, now those teams in the fold.
Just for propriety's sake, y'all tell me. I'll go with your answer.
All right.
If you saw somebody when they were FCS,
absolutely.
It counts?
Absolutely.
So Jacksonville State
no doubt about it.
For that loss.
Yeah.
Certainly. I need to count Jacksonville State twice.
Yeah, I mean, hey, same name across the chest,
North Texas?
Yeah, absolutely.
73 in Little Rock, that counts?
Okay. Absolutely. Same team. It's not your fault that they went up a level. Good for them.
I saw North Texas's, they weren't FCS. I don't know if they called them division. Wasn't 1AA, but they were not in the league the Tigers were in early 70s.
Yeah. Well, it's like, But
they were in the Valley with the Tigers.
Yeah.
But the Tigers were considered... The Tigers have never, ever, ever played in my lifetime, in modern times, since Coach Murphy, in anything but the upper tier of college football. It's never been 1AA or FCS for Memphis, ever.
No. But yeah, I think for those FCS teams that you've seen, it's like when you find like a singer or like you see a kid play before before they hit the scene, you're like, oh yeah, I saw I saw that singer before he blew up, and it's like you get to kind of say that you're on the ground floor.
The whole segment ties together. The closest no-hitter, I was telling Connor, the closest on any level, and it was either his last or next to last start before his big league call-up, and I say a great big league career for Lance Lynn. AutoZone Park, he gives up a leadoff double, retires the next 27.
Holy cow. Wow.
That's the closest I've ever been.
Holy cow.
So I saw him almost.
Yeah, an almost no-hitter for sure. Last thing before we set up today's show, you talked about Memphis. They've released 8 times for the upcoming season, including the Week 0 matchup against UNLV. It'll be 9 o'clock Central on Fox. How about that?
9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, at night. That's correct. 9 o'clock our time at night.
Well,
So it'll be...
I say Week 0's got a pretty good schedule.
No, it's got a really good schedule. And obviously, being on Fox, huge for Memphis.
Can I go extreme hyperbole?
Sure.
Which, that's extreme exaggeration.
Right.
I think the best Week 0 slate ever.
Yeah, I mean it's really good. I can't remember all of them, but yeah, I mean, it's
some
really
years
good.
you're kind of
very, very slow.
Montana State,
We're just
SMU
excited.
or something.
We're just excited to see.
But to wrap up that day with an elimination game,
yeah, no, it's a big one. It's a big one for
maybe
both
not
teams.
elimination game.
No, but it puts you in a really good spot.
Asterisk game.
No, it definitely is. So being on Fox. 9 o'clock national television game to start the season. Really, really cool to see against UNLV.
You may have said Big Fox.
Yeah.
Wow.
FOX, yeah.
That is great.
It is. I don't know. I
a lot of the country, that's going to be in prime time.
That's right. We were talking about it. I mean, has Memphis ever played on Fox football? I mean, I can't remember a game on the big FOX.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, I was trying to rack my brain against like what situation they could possibly be in to play on Fox, and I couldn't think of anything. So
no, famously Labor Day against USC was kind of local TV.
Sure.
Dave doing the game locally.
It's great.
Analyst, the great Bob Wynn.
How about that?
Was his analyst that
really?
day. Yeah.
Holy cow. So some start times out there for non-conference, for conference. So some good things going as we get closer and closer to the college football season. But we've got a busy show, so let me set it up before we get to top and not top story of the day. 3:30, we'll talk the NBA playoffs. We'll talk about what happened last night between the Spurs and the Thunder in Game 5 and talk more about the rest of this series, how it will play out with at least one more game left, maybe 2 games remaining. 3:45, we'll continue the NBA talk. We'll talk about these stay or go decisions that we have for some players. A handful have already made those decisions, but still a number of players that must make a decision on if they will go back to school or if they will keep their name in the 2026 NBA draft. 4 o'clock, John Goen from Timber Trust. He'll join us. We will talk a lot of golf with him. We'll also make our picks for this week's tournament on the tour. 4:30, we'll talk some baseball. I know we talked already about the Cardinals as they lost earlier today against the Brewers. That one just wrapping up as we started the show, but a lot of other baseball action today. We'll talk about what is going on around MLB. 4:45, big number of the day. 5 o'clock, Rob Fisher from the Grizzlies Television Network. He'll join us. We'll talk a lot of NBA with him. We'll talk some Grizzlies, but it will be a lot of NBA playoffs, drafts, offseason, different things like that. 5:30, we'll talk about what's trending. At 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Moe's Crunch Time. Let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Summer, it's right around the corner, and it's time to get those backyards ready for the ultimate pool party. Above ground pools starting at $39.99 installed, and in-ground pools starting at just $49.99. All in-stock patio furniture is priced to move, with 5-piece patio furniture sets starting at just $999. Outdoor sectional starting at $12.99 with a free umbrella and base available with select patio furniture sets. While you're out there, don't forget about the hot tubs and the swim spas. Hot tubs starting at $34.99 with swim spas at just $16.99. And special financing is available. And if you mention this ad, get $200 off any pool or spa purchase. So head out there. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40.
He's Brian. I'm Brett. Connor producing. We're Sports Time live and local and with you until 6 o'clock. And we want you to be a part of our show by texting or calling the Sissy's Log Cabin text and talk line at 901-360-8255. Always live and local from our Family Leisure Studios. And this hour brought to you every day by the great people at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Great offers on all 2026 models and always special leasing options. Drive in luxury and confidence knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. You can call them at 901-334-9673, but they invite you to stop by 2600 Ridgeway. That's the home of Lexus of Memphis, and it's the only Lexus dealership in town. You can put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2026 flagship LS500, and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design, and they make for the safe luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Top story of the day.
Well, my top story of the day, it's got to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. A massive win last night in Game 5 to take the advantage in this series. We talked a lot about how important that one was. While it wasn't a must-win game in terms of being an elimination game, it felt like it was must-win because of what that meant going forward. If the Spurs had won last night, the opportunity to close it out at home in Game 6. Obviously, OKC winning. Now they have 2 games where they can wrap it up either on the road or come back home for that Game 7 and have home court advantage. So, a big-time game. The environment was big-time last night in Oklahoma City. They were able to get the win. Even with the injuries, they were able to make enough happen to get that 127-114 win over the Spurs. You look at SGA, 32 points, but wasn't super efficient from the field. 7 for 19, had a ton of free throws, 16 for 17 from the line. Also had 6 turnovers, so a lot of turnovers there as well. But you look at Alex Caruso coming off the bench with 22 points. Jared McCain, he gets the start because of those injuries last night. He has 20 points, made 3 three-pointers. And on the other side, well, it wasn't a ton from the Spurs. You had 3 guys in the starting lineup that had 20 or more points. Victor Wembanyama, only 20 points. 4 for 15 from the field. They did get 15 off the bench from Keldon Johnson, but it wasn't enough. The Oklahoma City, a more group effort, more guys pitching in. They get the win, now in full control of this series with 2 games remaining.
And last night, Victor Wembanyama, he's got to play more post position.
No, he does.
Than hanging around the 3. My top story, same thing. All important odd games in this potential 7-game series between Oklahoma City and San Antonio. They haven't all gone Oklahoma City's way. We know what happened in Game 1, but since then the odd games have gone to Oklahoma City. And last night it was more must-win for OKC than it was San Antonio. They can close out tomorrow night, or they'll have another odd game when they're back home for Game 7. That's what they stacked up all those wins for, to have those important games like 1 and 2 and 5 and 7 at the friendly confines of wherever you call home. Oklahoma City can do it. I don't know that this year's team is as good or is better than last year. At this time last year, I think Oklahoma City was better. Yeah. May 27th last year, would you say better?
I would. I really don't know. I think San Antonio is better than who was it, Minnesota last year.
And then Indiana.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know where I stand on that. I mean, it's a lot of the same guys out there, and really less this year. So maybe it was better last year just because of the injuries.
But except for Keldon Johnson, you named him in your top story. No bench production for San Antonio.
That was all, and that made a huge difference in that game.
Not top story of the day.
Well, my not top story of the day, I mentioned the Tigers with kickoff times out for 8 games, but it's the same for a lot of teams around college football. Going back to the Tigers, I mentioned that 9 p.m. Central on Fox opener in Week 0 against UNLV. The home opener, 6 o'clock on ESPN Plus against Arkansas State before they head back out west for
Do we get Screaming Gus?
It depends, I guess, on if they have a 7 o'clock game. Well, I guess they won't have one.
Or Timmy B.
6 o'clock, yeah. No, whoever they get will be awesome. I mean, again, FOX, it's hard to top that for Week 0. But they'll head back out west in Week 2 for a strange kick time. I did not think this would be the kick time against Boise State. 5 o'clock Central, so 4 o'clock in Boise on USA Network. So Memphis football getting the weird broadcasting schedule this year with big FOX and with USA Network. After USA, they now have a sports division over at USA Network. They partnered with the new Pac-12 for a broadcasting deal, so they will have that game 5 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock against UT Martin to wrap up the non-conference slate. Then in conference, 6:30 Friday night on ESPN against Tulane, 6:30 at home on ESPN2 against East Carolina, 7 o'clock on either ESPN or ESPN2 against South Florida, and then 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. No network has been set yet, but against Navy on November 21st. So that's the Tigers. But, Brett, have you seen Hunter Yurchek and what he's saying about the Arkansas, their kickoff times this year?
I'm going to try to be nice. No, Brian, I haven't.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad that you have not. I don't know if I'm actually happy or not happy that you have not, because I don't know what the reaction will be. He is upset about the times that were released for them. I will just read an excerpt from what he posted over on
I have a
Twitter.
simple comeback to him.
Okay, well, here we go. I'm extremely concerned and displeased about the recent released kick times for our football program in consecutive weeks this September and the impact it will have on the well-being of our student athletes. ESPN has set our game at Utah for 9:15 p.m. Central Time on September 12th. We anticipate returning to campus at approximately 6 a.m. on Sunday, September 13th, followed by an 11 a.m. home kickoff against Georgia just 6 days later on September 19th. He goes on to talk about how that will impact the student athletes, that they won't have a full day of recovery as they get ready for the next week. Talks about how the scheduling is, quote, unacceptable and demonstrates a clear neglect of the well-being of college athletics, and that he is confident that there is not many other programs in the SEC that would be placed in a similar position. And
Au contraire.
And he will quietly accept it he will not quietly accept it for his program.
Okay. Well, first of all, you signed up to be in the league.
That's right.
And you're taking the check.
That's right.
I know Ole Miss had a 9:30 Central Time kick out at Berkeley. You remember it well.
I do remember it well.
That was in 2017. May have had an open date the next week. Sure may have. I don't know if my body's recovered from it since. We're talking 9 years ago.
It's fair.
But I'm not playing.
No.
Hunter, cry more.
Yeah.
Don't finish in 16th, and you'll have a little more oomph about you.
Great point.
My not top story, Jason Kelsey purchasing a stake in his hometown Cleveland baseball team. Growing up there and a big fan of the teams there. We saw him last week at the Cavalier playoff game. Been a fan since he was a child. 14-paragraph story at ESPN.com by Jeff Passan on him buying the team. How many words would that be? Would you know how?
I don't know. It's a lot of words. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, it's a lot. I can tell you actually in a second.
Wouldn't you think a 14-paragraph story on Jason Kelsey buying a major league, investing in a portion of Major League Baseball, somewhere in there would have something about his fiance, who is worth almost $2 billion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not one utterance.
Wow.
Not one word about her.
Wow, interesting.
Not one word. I looked it up. He's 3-0 against his hometown Browns, 2 regular season, 1 playoff game, good for 3 touchdowns when he plays his hometown Brownies.
Interesting. You know, Brett, there are some people that'll tell you they're glad they didn't see Taylor Swift's name in that story.
Isn't she a key part of the story? Fiance, very well.
I would say so. I would say they go hand in hand. You know,
if she wanted to, she could probably buy the whole league.
Certainly could. Let's see. I just got to take out a couple of things that are clearly not a part of what he wrote, and it is...
I'm sorry for Wild Goose Chase.
No, but it didn't take me long at all. It is approximately 824 words.
And you don't mention that he is engaged to mega popular and wealthy songstress Taylor Swift.
I mean, I think it'd just be a nice thing to put in there. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
And I love Jeff Passan. I'm sure I'm going to do something before 6 o'clock he disagrees with. Okay. If he knows I'm alive.
That's probably true.
I'm kind of like the 3 billion Chinese with him.
That's right, yeah. So, I mean, but hey, I guess, it would have been nice. If you're already writing 800 words.
Isn't it germane?
I think so. I think so. I don't know. I mean, I guess if he just did it on his own and he like put out there that he had no help from Taylor Swift, but
he knows, don't you? How do you not
say
know?
So? I would say so, but I think that's something you should probably put in there. But that'll do it for top and not top story of the day. Let's get to our first break, and when we return, we'll talk about the NBA playoffs, what happened last night in Game 5 between the Spurs and the Thunder. We do that next on Sports Time.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You know what makes a city great? It's the extra special little things like great museums, a zoo, or parks, and golf courses. And the city of Memphis recognized that years ago, and they have made great city golf courses. All the renovations, like Galloway several years ago, the new one at Audubon, what they did to Pine Hill 90 years after it first opened is extra special. The amenities make a city, and golf courses are part of those amenities. They're terrific, and every golf course has its own championship. So if you want to play in the Galloway Championship, the Audubon Championship, even that OPO, the oldest golf tournament around, the Overton Park Open for the youth, that's going into year 80. That's how special Memphis golf is. You want to make a tee time? They made it easy modern way. Just go to memphispubliclinks.com.
I've got the one and only Marty McNate on the phone, and look, I hear the drivers are wanted at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown.
That's right, the Volkswagen driver days are here. Listen to this, Randy. I've got 2026 Jetta S, $249 a month.
Jetta S, $249 a month, that's awesome. What else you got?
How about 2026 Tiguan S, $269 a month.
Tiguan only $269. How about Atlas?
I've got 2026 Atlas SE, $329 a month.
$329 a month for Atlas SE. That is amazing. So Mid-South, if you're looking for a deal on Volkswagen, get out there and see the man.
Come see me, Marty McNate, at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, 7420 Winchester Road, or shop online at GossettBWG.com. And remember, your future is what you make it.
Gossett Volkswagen Germantown.
Atlas TC 564681, MSRP 41911, Jetta TMO 312-217, MSRP 25791, Tiguan TMO 43763, MSRP 32881. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must be financed through Volkswagen Credit via 895. Excludes tax on license for approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer ends 6/126. Dealers back only.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Do you know what Penny Hardaway and I have in common? We should both be in that building celebrating the best basketball players of all time. Of course, I'll have to buy a ticket to get in, but he should already be there. But seriously, we both surround ourselves with the best people we can find. We work hard to achieve our goals, and we are both among the best in our respective fields. At Fiveash, we can't win titles or get national awards, but what we can and do strive to do is give 100% of ourselves to give you the best product possible and one you can be proud of. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call at 901-367-0050, and we will do everything we can to provide you the best of everything. Fiveash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
It's time to get your backyard ready for the ultimate pool party with a little help from Family Leisure. If you've been sitting on the fence about taking the plunge with a pool, now's the time to take the dive. You want an above-ground pool? Done. Starting at $39.99, and that's with installation. You want an in-ground pool? Take your pick. They start at under $50,000. Accessorize that pool with a patio furniture set starting at just $9.99. Outdoor sectionals, they start at $12.99. In fact, all in-stock patio furniture sets are priced to move. And with select patio furniture sets, you'll get a free umbrella and base. Okay, you aren't looking to get into a pool just yet? Family Leisure has hot tubs that start at just $34.99. Get in shape or stay in shape with a swim spa starting at $16,999. Get your backyard, front yard, side yard, whatever, ready for fun. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Saharovich, a proud partner with NST Injury Attorneys. For over 35 years, we've been fighting for Memphis families after serious accidents when insurance companies are trying to pay as little as possible. We don't back down. NST is the way to go.
Volkswagen Driver Days is on at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike, and it's drivers wanted. If you're looking for sporty, we Gossett 2026 Jetta S. Just $249 a month, $249 a month for Jetta S. How about 2025 Tiguan S, $269 a month? Yes, brand new Tiguan S, $269 a month. And Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike wants to get you vacation ready in 2026 Atlas SE, $329 a month. That's only $329 a month for a brand new Atlas SE. If you're ready for a new ride, we got you covered at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike. So get to Gossett Volkswagen today at 1875 Covington Pike. Online, GossettVWMemphis.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Atlas TC 564,681, MSRP 41,911, Jetta TMO 312,217, MSRP 25,791, Tiguan TMO 43,763, MSRP 32,881. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must be financed through Volkswagen Credit PF 895. Excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer in 6126. Dealer stock only.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Starting a little bit heavier at times here on I-40 at Danny Thomas as you head across the bridge on over into West Memphis, Crittenden County. Watch for radar throughout certain parts of Arkansas. This afternoon down I-40 out towards Forest City. South of Memphis, there's been radar as well down in parts of DeSoto County on 55. Hey, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way. The world understands, treats, and tries to defeat childhood cancer. If you can help, log on right now to stjude.org. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Game 5 last night in Oklahoma City. Another fun one, another Thunder win that gives them a 3-2 lead in this series. 127-114, the final score in that game last night. Both teams came out, very strong. It was a battle, especially in the first quarter. Thunder kind of started running away with it in the second quarter, and then able to do enough in that fourth quarter to keep the lead and get a win. So now they're in the driver's seat of this series. They'll go back to San Antonio. We'll see what the Spurs can do there, and if we get a big-time Game 7 in this series.
Brian, we're at the time of the year that the only thing that's must is to stave off elimination.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
But last night, I said I think it was during your top story, I thought it was more must for OKC.
Yeah.
Not completely house money for San Antonio, just like game 6 is not house money for Oklahoma City, because when you can put them away, you better start putting them away.
That's right.
Because if they live for another day, you don't know about the sprained ankle. You don't know about the 2 for 19 from threes. And while they're going 11 of 15 or even more decided than that. So we still have a series, but this is Oklahoma City's to win.
It definitely is. I mean, it's a good point because, if the Spurs win last night, you're going home. It's going to be your crowd going ballistic with the opportunity to get to the NBA Finals. You would have a lot of confidence going into that game. You're still going to have some confidence of, hey, we can, even this back up and force a Game 7. But now, on the flip side of that, the Thunder, instead of going into that road game going, oh, this is a must-win, we have to win on the road or we're eliminated. Instead, they can now go in there, hey, we're going to try we're going to give our best shot at them, but if we come up short, which is a possibility, we're going to be right back inside, our home arena in OKC, our fan base right there for Game 7. So, no, they are, I think, very, very comfortable right now and in a really good spot to advance to back-to-back NBA Finals.
Yeah, and real good spot. But the whole, are they better than this time last year? It doesn't matter. Get 5 more wins and have a parade.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if they get back to the NBA Finals, if they win another NBA Finals, nobody's really going to care which team was better.
No ball tonight.
No.
Do y'all realize this?
What's that?
We could be only 5 more games the rest of the year for the NBA.
Yeah, that's right.
A closeout and a sweep.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Wow.
I don't think either is going to happen. I think we get extended to 7.
I think so.
And I want the finals to be electric.
No,
I want the Knicks to win.
Yeah.
But the Knicks aren't sweeping 4-0. But if there's going to be a sweep, it's going to be Oklahoma City.
It's absolutely going to be OKC.
But we could be at 5 games left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brett, I haven't really thought of that, but you're exactly right. Tonight, all hockey. I mean, it's a big one between the Canadians and.
This also hit me earlier today. Game 1's a week from tonight.
Yeah.
That's June 3rd.
That's right.
How in the world is it June 3rd?
That's a good question. I mean, the months are.
I just got home from the Sugar Bowl.
It feels like it. No, the months are certainly flying by, and I mean, it's going to be here before we know it, and hopefully going to be really, really fun. And yeah, I mean, we'll see if it's Thunder, if the Spurs can come back and get the win. But how about I know everyone's talking about today, Reggie Miller last night saying that whoever won this series, that the Knicks were going to be the favorites in the NBA Finals. That was a take.
Favorites. Also saw this today. Hot button, lower third, Chiron, hot take, debate point. Pretty good for about the Knicks. If they don't win the Finals, has it been a good year?
Oh, yeah. I would say so.
I think so.
I mean, you're in the NBA Finals. And you lost to the team that we already, before they even won their first one, we were talking about dynasty.
Can I take the opposite of it? I
Sure.
think you're right.
Sure.
I think you're right.
Sure.
I know you're right. But we've had a lot of bluster around the Knicks the last 2 or 3 years.
Sure.
How often the Keith Smith window?
Mm-hmm.
How wide open does it stay?
No, you're definitely right about that.
You hadn't been to it. This is the first time in this century that you've been to the Finals.
Sure.
You've only been 3 times in 53 years since you last won it.
Mm-hmm.
How good a year?
I'll
no ticker tape parade at Canyon Heroes for runner-up.
Stay your side. How good was the season last year for the Pacers?
Fabulous.
Okay. I mean, it's not the teams that are making the narrative around them. It's the media. I can't blame a team
who did the
for
Pacers
the media.
go through to win these?
The Knicks. That's right.
When the Knicks were the favorite.
That's true. But still, I mean,
I think it was a surprise to Indiana.
But I guess my point is, if this was any other team other than the Knicks, this wouldn't even be a question anywhere. It's a great year. You went to the Finals. It's not the Knicks' fault that everyone's talking about them and it's built up like crazy. It's the media's fault for that.
It is, and a lot goes with being in New York. The town, the media, the teams, all the people, good people. I like New York. I'm big on the Big Apple.
Sure.
I don't know when the next trip is. I can't wait for it though. It's great. They all lead with their chin.
They absolutely do.
They can't help themselves.
Yeah. Which
they're very bawdy.
They are. That's what surprises me about. I have not really. I wouldn't say I've been polling people, but I'm kind of taking in what I'm hearing from friends of mine on social media, from different people I hear from. It seems like everybody, if it's OKC and the Knicks, everybody's rooting for the Knicks, which shocks me because I would think how, in your face the Knicks fans are and the city of New York is. I would think that people would rally around OKC, but people hate OKC, so they're not rallying around.
Mine is mostly pro-Nick.
Sure.
Pro-Nick from way back to, I don't really remember 70, but I do 73. And kind of being my team.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that big on the Celtics.
Yeah.
As I've told you, I was the only white guy in Arkansas pulling for the Lakers.
Yeah.
I mean, only one in the 80s.
Yeah.
And never, ever will forgive Keith Smith's favorite sports figure on earth, Larry Bird, for what he did at Indiana State to the Razorbacks in the 79 NCAA tournament. Ever. So I've kind of always been favorable to the Knicks. Nothing like going to the Garden to a game there.
Oh, I believe it.
Was there at Christmas, and the dance team did the proverbial Run, Run, Rudolph by Chuck Berry. Knockout smash.
That's great.
Knockout smash. And then the beer vendor, he was even better. I mean, it was like, Budweiser, get your beer here. Run, Rudolph, run. run, you big buck deer. Run, Rudolph. It was great. I stopped and told him, I said, that's made the whole weekend. So I'm pro-Nick. I'm also anti-Oklahoma City out of some very bad personality traits. Envy, jealousy, why them and not us?
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I think all of your points are fair. I don't think anybody I've talked to have those same reasons. I think they just hate the OKC.
You're not running into Grizzlies fans that's had enough of how great Presti and everything in Oklahoma City that it is.
It's more they just can't stand the players on the team. It's not, at least what I've gathered, it's not as much how they built it.
I don't have the vitriol at the players. I'm not anti-SGA, and last night was epic, just falling down and getting a call.
No, he is. Look, I like SGA. I think he's a great player. He's a showman.
We're making more contact in this studio than he took a lot of times and got calls last night.
It was the last game in San Antonio, and there was a fan that was either dressed up or brought an Emmy. I didn't see it, but I heard people talk about it. And he could win an Emmy or an Oscar, whatever you win for acting.
Could he win a daytime Emmy as a cameo in The Bold and the Beautiful?
I mean, that's a great point, Brett. I think he would be perfect for one of these soap operas with the dramatic falls and different things.
And come back to life.
Exactly. Yes. So I understand that part of it of people not liking him for that, but I mean, I really don't mind this. I know people don't like Lou Dort for a lot of reasons of kind of being a dirty player, getting that kind of rap with him. But I don't dislike this team. I think they're a fun team, and it's kind of, I think they're a team to rally around, especially against the Knicks. Big bad New York. I mean, I think it should be easy to root for the other side, but I guess OKC already with just one win has gotten to the point where people hate them.
And if you are averse to the big bad New York lead with the chin persona, you're getting ready to have 2 weeks of it.
Oh, my gosh. It's going to be insane.
I mean, NBC, well, they are a TV partner. CBS's morning show.
Oh, yeah.
Their dopey 7 o'clock show. They're going to be wallowing in nickdom.
No, they definitely are. That's funny you bring that up. I was on, I think I was on Twitter earlier, X, whatever I'm supposed to call it now. But I was, scrolling through. I was looking around at different things, what people were saying about the game last night, and I found that Oklahoma City fans think that everybody is against them, that all the media and different people are against them and kind of talk bad about them. And
they hate us because they hate us. They're already doing that.
Yeah. It's kind of the Memphis versus everybody.
Makes me hate them even more.
And one of the somebody, maybe a reporter in Oklahoma City, pointed out that give it another couple of weeks, and when you play the Knicks, if you make the NBA Finals, it's going to be a million times worse than what it is right now.
Well, it will be.
Yeah.
It will be that.
So we'll see what ultimately happens between if the Thunder get there. How it will be.
They're getting there.
Yes. Someone just texted in. You can text in. Let us know your thoughts on everything happening in the NBA playoffs. 901-360-8255 and said, can the Spurs get an assistant coach to teach their guards how to dribble the basketball? It's a great point. They've been turnover central pretty much all playoffs.
Dribbling should be already baked in the cake at that level. I agree with that. But they are very young, and they've looked at it times.
No, they have. I think it's really starting to emerge.
It's looked laps around the track. They just need that sweet test of time and some seasoning.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely do. My thing is they need an assistant coach on the bench that knows the rules and how to call a challenge and how to do things like that, because that was absurd.
What's the biggest personnel thing they lack? What do they got to add around a player that's going to be one of the all-timers?
I know they shot the ball well last night. I would like to add a little more consistent shooting. I feel like that's been an area where they
join the club for everybody in the league.
Sure. But I like a lot of things on this team with the Spurs. There's not much that I really dislike.
Probably need a healthy De'Aaron Fox.
That would help. That would certainly help. I mean, when both your two starting guards, Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox, came into the series basically with injuries. Yeah. I know Dylan Harper was game 1 he got injured, but
we probably just all need to slow down a smidge on Wemby.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still learning.
Give it a little time.
He's still
get there.
Figuring things out. He's still young.
We're going to live in his world in a few years.
He is amazing. There are not many people that
right
are
now he
better
has to
than
share.
Him. That's right. It's all of our world right now, and he's just living it. But soon it'll be his world.
It'll be completely
living in it. But he
can tell us what to do.
He definitely can. He is a special, special player. Well, let's get to another break, and when we return, we'll talk some more NBA today. The deadline on stay or go candidates in the NBA draft. We'll talk about some of those guys next on Sports Time.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, John, why so glum? I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
You know that feeling when something is supposed to be complicated and then it's not? That's the Dobbs Brothers way. For your new Chevrolet, there's no games, no runaround, no surprises. Just straight answers from people who actually mean them. Buying a car shouldn't feel like a battle. And at Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, it doesn't. Trust, transparency, and driving our community forward. That's the Dobbs Brothers way. Shop Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet of Bartlett today.
Men, if you're tired of relying on pills and want lasting, natural performance in the bedroom, Bluff City Health and Wellness offers Apex RF. Backed by clinical research, this discreet 15-minute, non-surgical treatment boosts blood flow, sensitivity, and confidence. No pills, no needles, no side effects. Appointments are filling fast. Call Bluff City Health and Wellness today at 901-800-7606 or take the ED quiz at bchwonline.com. Bluff City Health and Wellness, your confidence in the bedroom naturally.
Do you want a greener, more weed-free lawn? And if you're like me, you can't stand the sight of dandelions, clover, or especially crabgrass. Hi, I'm Brandon Hawley, president of Lawn Solutions. We are your locally owned and operated weed control and fertilization company. We are also experts in disease and insect control on your lawn and landscape. Our uniformed technicians are full-time, year-round licensed and certified by the state of Tennessee. Lawn Solutions' personalized service is far more superior to that of national companies that promise but simply cannot deliver. We return phone calls, we keep appointments, and we want your business. What we will not do is bother you with endless phone calls or junk mail. Lawn Solutions will not sell you something your lawn doesn't need. If you're looking for a local lawn care company to kill your weeds and feed your grass, then Lawn Solutions is the finest. Call us at 867-5626. That's 867-5626. Or go online at lawnsolutionsinc.net. From our family to yours, we want to thank you for your business.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
We talked a lot about the playoffs in our last segment. Now we need to talk about the draft. Coming up less than a month away, but today is a big day. It's the deadline for stay or go guys that have retained their college eligibility to make their decision. By midnight tonight, those decisions have to be made official. So the big names to keep an eye on, and I don't believe if any of these guys have made their decision. I have not seen it's been in the last hour or two if they have. Koa Pete, Malik Thomas, Amari Allen, Tunde Yesufu, Tyler Tanner, Milan Momcilovic, Jeremy Fears, Andrei Stojakovic, and Billy Richmond. So those are kind of the top 9 names if they stay or if they go. I thought I saw yesterday
Give me your prediction on stay or go for those.
Okay. I thought I saw somewhere yesterday that Koa Pete was going to stay in the draft, but I guess that was not true because I just looked it up, and a lot of the Arizona blogs and stuff like that are kind of big day today. What's he going to decide? Stay or go? I didn't see what they said about it. I just saw that they were writing about it today, and so clearly a decision has been made by him. I think Koa Pete will stay. I would really like to see him go back to college for a year, and could by all means could be one of those top guys next year, kind of varying where he's going right now.
3?
Yeah, no, I would say so. I mean, he would get a very nice payday, and I think would set himself up. We talked about it, I think, last week. I think it was ESPN. There was some outlet out there that did a mock draft and had him like late first round, maybe even early second round. So I would love to see Koa Pete go back to college. I think he will stay. I think there are teams that see the upside in him, will keep him. Malik Thomas, I also think will stay. I think he is hearing good things and will go. Amari Allen, I'm going to say he goes back to college. I'm going to say he makes the decision to go back. Tunde Yesufu, I say probably should go back to college. Tyler Tanner,
Nate Oates wants him back, doesn't he?
Yeah, he absolutely would love to have Amari Allen back. I think Tyler Tanner, I mean, we talked about this after the combine and the measurements. He's got to go back to college. I don't think there's a real good reason for him to go to the NBA.
But in the next 365 days, he ain't growing.
Exactly, and that's why I think he needs to cash in on the check, the NIL money.
Get
while he
2.5, 3 at Vandy.
That's right, and could
go into Vandy lore.
That's right, and could just set himself up to where
never been to a Final Four at Vandy.
Maybe they could have the team next year. I've seen
Vandy
some
never
people
been to an Elite 8. Even I
don't think so. I don't think they have.
So.
But I think Tyler Tanner would be in a really good spot if he returned to Vanderbilt. Momcilovic, I think, should go back to college. I think he's got some really good offers.
But not to Iowa State, because we don't want to see you opening afternoon.
No. I think a lot of people have him going to Kentucky or Louisville. It feels like those two. I mean, if he goes to Louisville, good Lord, Memphis would see him next year.
What price tag for either of those?
It would be very, very expensive.
4.5, 5?
I would say probably in that ballpark. I mean, he would go for a very
if I'm Koa Pete, I go to Arizona and go, I'm not settling for 2.
Yeah.
If this guy's going to Kentucky and
that's right,
and U of L for 5.
I think you're right. And so we'll see what decision these make. The final couple, I think
Richmond,
I think should go back to school. Stojakovic, I think
Arkansas could win it with him.
Arkansas's got a really nice squad next year. I really like it. I'm going to enjoy watching it next year for sure. And then Jeremy Fears, I think, would be nice for Michigan State to have that back. But who knows? We'll see what these decisions...
Now, is that 12 Central or 12 Eastern?
That is a great question. I believe it is Eastern.
Will you live tweet the last decisions at that time?
I will do my best.
Wake up tomorrow morning about 6.
Do my best. So those are big. If we hear anything in the next couple of hours while we're still on air, we will definitely let you know. 'Cause a couple of those guys have been linked to Memphis, working out with them, mock drafts, different things like that. So definitely will keep you updated. Yes, 11:59 Eastern for that decision.
I'll be long gone.
To make your decision. Yes, you'll be very much asleep at that time. But let's go ahead, wrap up this first hour, get to another break, and when we return, we're talking some golf. John Goen from Timber Trust, he joins us next.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, I hope you're ready for summer because all the new Silverados are right here in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. No interest financing or $7,000 in cash. So go big with a brand new HD Silverado and make no payments all summer. No payments all summer with your new Trax, Colorado truck, or new Traverse with the third row seating because your good credit deserves it. And this is Military Appreciation Month and our friends at All-Star love our military. In May, get a $1,000 military appreciation bonus on almost every Chevy model here, 1,000. And if you want a barely driven certified Chevy or the hottest pre-owned Chevys on the market, All-Star is spot on. Tahoes, Suburbans, even Trailblazers. And for all your fleet and commercial vehicle needs, express cargo passenger vans and all, they're here. That's right, at All-Star Chevy because they're a top-rated business elite dealer. Together, let's drive. Don't miss the Ready for Summer event going on now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders. If you were anywhere in the Mid-South lately, you felt it. High winds, hail, and storms rolling through hard. And here's the truth. If your roof took a hit, you may not see it yet. Hail and wind damage shingles can compromise your roof, opening the door for water intrusion. And once it gets in, the damage spreads fast. Ceilings, walls, insulation, even mold. That's why the sooner we inspect, the less damage you risk. Right now, Metro Builders has teams all over Memphis performing free inspections, handling same-day repairs, and providing emergency water mitigation services if needed. We'll show you exactly what we see, document everything, and help you take action before a small problem becomes a big one. Don't wait until you see water inside. Call me. 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717, or book your inspection online at MetroBuildersMemphis.com. That's Metro Builders Memphis. We don't just build, we build world class.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Memphis, your Saturday mornings are about to get a little spicier. Get heaping helpings of SEC sports with the Back Porch right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM starting at 10 a.m. Back Porch features experts interviewing big-name guests, discussing big-time topics, and chopping up all things Southeastern Conference. You'll get plenty of facts, opinions, and perspective, all of it about the SEC. The Back Porch, Saturday mornings from 10 to 11 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Steady flow of traffic trying to get south of Memphis right now as it picks up pretty good here on 55 down through DeSoto County. Watch for radar down through there a little bit earlier as traffic increases through parts of Midtown. I-40, especially over here around the 101 connector as you come up past Watkins on I-40. It's only going to get busier the next few minutes going outbound on Sam Cooper. Hey, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer. Log on right now, stjude.org. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis with John Harden. Weekdays from 11 to 1. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford and Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
When you hear the sound of coming, hear the thunder storming.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you, and we've got to talk some golf. We'll make golf picks towards the end of this segment, but joining us like he always does from Timber Trust, it's John Goen. John, thanks so much for joining us. How are things? I know weather's been very spotty over the last week, but a pretty good weekend. How are things down at Timber Trust?
Yeah, no, good afternoon, fellas. Decent. I mean, we're definitely kind of battling a bit of the rain. We kind of got some rain over the weekend that some areas didn't necessarily see, so we're kind of back and forth a little bit. We were able to get off the path today, most everywhere. We're able to get out and start kind of mowing some things, mowing some rough, mowing some tees, stuff like that, just to try to get a little caught up from where we've been. Hopefully we can dodge a little bit of rain maybe today and then just kind of see what the next few days kind of has in store for us. But, definitely starting to see, things jumping up out of the ground a little bit. We've definitely seen some warmer temperatures, which have helped. And, it was 70, 72 degrees this morning driving in. So, we're definitely in those 150s right now, which is great for, really kind of starting to see, some overall, growth and filling in some areas on the golf course that had some winter damage and stuff like that. So, pros and cons, both sides of it. But, per about normal, it's either feast or famine. We either don't have rain or we've got too much of it. Right. So the normal life of as Brett would say, a farmer, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. And, John, we're rapidly approaching the time of the year when the spigot can turn off and you don't know if it's ever turning back on again.
Well, yeah, and it's funny because, of course, you had that from July until roughly about, end of April, first part of May this year, and now all of a sudden you can't shut it off. And, to your point, it's going to happen at some point in time. Usually it's July, August time frame, and then you kind of go until potentially, October, even November. So, you definitely have your stretches. So we'll see. We'll see how things, kind of shake out. Lately it's been, you get about 6 or 8 months of one weather pattern, and then it shifts for a little bit, and then it shifts back. So we'll just kind of see how the next few months are going to shake out here.
Of all the weekends, how much did it affect your rounds being played over Memorial Day?
Oh, substantially. Easily more than half.
You get 3 summertime holidays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was. This one was a little rough. But,
and this year, 4th of July on a Saturday, so you really don't get that extra oomph.
Correct. Yeah. You'll probably make, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see some folks potentially make the adjustment to Friday, because I'm sure most people look at that. Nowadays, we take either the Friday or the Monday. I mean, we now have Easter on Monday where, kids are out of school, so you kind of get a 4-day weekend almost. So, I wouldn't be surprised if some folks make an adjustment into that Friday of the 4th of July just to maybe recoup it. We've all pretty much made adjustments on Friday anyhow into, kind of a partial weekend, kind of a split the rate between our weekday rate and our weekend rate. A lot of golf courses are really kind of going to that on a Friday model. So, yeah, but you're definitely not going to get that full kind of 3-day weekend piece. So, but it is what it is. We're just going to kind of continue to plug along and put the best product we can forward and keep working on the golf course and keep trying to make the improvements that we can make. And, at the end of the day, if we don't kind of get to where we want to or need to get, from a financials perspective, it just ultimately affects how much money we're able to put back into the golf course at the end of the day. So, that's the pros and cons of the whole thing.
Yeah. And John, how many times did you hear the late, great Phil Cannon talk about, I don't talk about the weather. We're an outdoor sport in Memphis, Tennessee. That's all he would say about the weather.
Yeah. No, I mean, it definitely gets frustrating at times. But, over now the 7 years since I bought Timber Truss, I mean, you learn to just have to live with it, and you can't get aggravated by it. You can't get upset or over it. Because at the end of the day, there'll be something that'll happen that will catch you completely off guard, and it might make up for what happened over Memorial Day weekend. I mean, you could have 2 or 3 weeks because word gets out that the golf course is in really good shape, and people are you're struggling or you're benefiting because other places might be struggling, or whatever that might be. Place has an event that hasn't historically had an event. So you're getting play pushed your direction. So that happens a lot, and all of a sudden you're kind of like, well, where'd this come from? And it could happen on a Friday, it could happen on a Thursday, and you wind up having a much busier week than you have historically, and it basically kind of makes up for some of that. I mean, we had that happen a couple weeks ago where from Monday to Friday we're doing 140, 50, 60, 70 rounds of golf every single day for that entire week. And it's one of those things that kind of comes out of nowhere at you. We have good weeks, but I mean, you definitely saw a substantial uptick, a couple of weeks ago. And so those things kind of, in essence, everything kind of ebbs and flows, and it, washes out at the end of the day. And, we were way behind through June of last year and made it all up from July through the end of December, and had, what turned out to be a good year from a rounds perspective. And, so it's amazing how, you just get into these pendulum swings, and, at the end of the day, as you go back and look at it, you can get worked up over it, but most of the times it's all going to kind of work out, in the wash, and you just kind of move on from it. And, fortunately then you learn your lesson and you don't get stressed out about it. And you just ultimately know that things are going to kind of, turn and it kind of is what it is.
John, I know you would have loved this at any of the TPC places, and especially here at TPC Southwind. I know you would love it at Timber Trust. I'm watching over the weekend at TPC Goat Ranch instead of Craig's Ranch is what I want to call it. I can't stand that course. I don't like anything about it. I don't like the setting for it. Next year, you're going to probably go back to back with it, and maybe the PGA 1 week, and either that or Colonial, the tournament this week, in back-to-back weeks next year. No, Craig Ranch is going to be earlier next year, isn't it?
I believe so. I think you kind of sent.
I did send that to you.
I'd have to refer back to the text message that I received from one Brett Norsworthy the other day.
It is going to be earlier. It's going to be earlier next year. But they said $25 million spent since the end of last year's tournament to this year to shave one stroke off the winning score. From 31 under, 25 million later, 30 under.
Yep. No, I mean, Byron Nelson will be April the 29th through May the 2nd. Yep. So you'll be a little bit earlier in the schedule. So, I mean, look, when the tour built Craig Ranch, in a partnership with David Craig, the goal was eventually when Mr. Nelson passed away that the event would more than likely move out to Craig Ranch. And it clearly has, over the span of the last few years. I played that golf course early on when it first kind of opened up. I mean, it was, for the average player, it was extremely difficult. I don't know what changes they've made over the years, but there was one hole on the back nine that, I mean, you had to carry it probably 250, 260 from the tee boxes that we were playing to be able to just get to the fairway. And of course we're up a couple boxes. We're not playing, it's not where at the time, I mean, the not the regular tour guys, but I think they had a Corn Ferry event or something that they would play there every so often. Really big greens, bent grass, stuff like that. So, clearly they've made some adjustments over the years. These guys coming out of a major, just absolutely kind of like going to River Highlands, over most years after, the U.S. Open. They just go up there and they birdie barrage that place because historically a little bit, more on the wet side up there. That golf course plays substantially easier than where they're coming off of the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, you're all good. And I mean, I guess the good news is that I don't think any of I don't remember all the picks from last week, but none of our second place picks won. So, the first round double, I guess, didn't come into effect, right? Or did it?
Not major. No.
No, but it had a chance. I mean, it made it interesting. Well, I think we all potentially had an opportunity for our, one of our guys to win double. I mean, Koepka starts off, his hair's on fire, and then
we made
Kessler kind of comes back.
Whoa, Brad! Because I bring this up for a reason. I don't just bring this up to talk about it. I just want it to be on record that Brett was the one calling out the funny business on Friday Thursday after the great first round from Brooks Koepka.
And Bryant said one round, and I was.
That's what I said. I said there's a long way to go. I mean, Brett was, pumping my tires a little bit. He's like, "Why?" Once he smells blood, he's always been a really good front runner. I'm like, look, he had one good round, fellas, one good round. But then Siwoo goes out and shoots 60. Nobody's talking about Siwoo and his double and all this other stuff.
59,
crazy, right? But it was. I was probably more invested at times in that in that event just because it was double than I would have normally been.
We can double again, can't we?
You know, it piqued my interest. I was almost landed out of town, but you know, I was almost going to propose that any event for the balance of the year that is basically a glorified shock pick event where we're going to pick two players that are both shock players. I think we should almost go double.
Well, I think Connor has full voting privileges in Landon's absence, doesn't he?
I think so.
I think everybody good?
I mean, look, I mean, it's basically 3 against 1. I mean, you know.
We got to have unanimity,
and we'll bully Connor into saying yes. So, I mean, I think we can pull this off.
I don't want HR after me for bullying a fellow employee.
Oh, no. Well, it comes from me, so it's not really you guys doing it. It's me bullying. And at the end of the day, I'm just a guest, so I can get away with a lot more crap.
I don't like that word.
Well, I feel like Connor will be intimidated. The amount of rounds he plays down at your fine course, I think he'd be scared that you'd ban him from the course if he didn't side with you. So
there is that.
That might be part
Connor
of it.
knows the course.
He does.
I should be banned either way.
Well, I think some of your friends should be banned.
John, we are fully back to... If Scotty ever learns how to putt, he's going to be unbeatable, aren't we?
Yeah, but doesn't he go through this about every year?
Yeah.
It feels
he goes
like
through a little stretch where
it feels like Shinnecock at the U.S. Open will be as lights out as he gets. But if he doesn't there, we're down to 2 more majors all year.
Yeah, and where's the? I don't remember exactly where the Open's at this year, but you know. Shinnecock, I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously, Scotty's ball striking is going to be pretty good. It'll be interesting to see what kind of, you know, what the weather's going to be like at Shinnecock. Is it, you know, are they going to get some rain? Or are they able to kind of really, you know, dry that place down? I mean, that was the biggest thing, you know, really with Aronimink is just, you know, how dry that golf course was and how, you know, how they grew the rough up. And, I mean, very U.S. Open-esque type conditions at Aronimink, you know, for a PGA championship. You know, very rare for the PGA to kind of have something like that happen.
Royal Birkdale for the Open in July.
So, you know, Shinnecock's going to be an extremely difficult golf course. We all know that. I mean, it's got, you know, they've got a history up there of, you know, being able to lose the greens if they really want to. From you know, being able to control shots, but, you know, and they won't. I mean, they've learned their lesson from that. They don't want to, you know, take that criticism anymore. But I think Shinnecock's going to be a tough one for Scotty Scheffler to be able to win. You know, Royal Birkdale, you know, could be his chance for the balance of the year to win a major and kind of go from there. So, you know, but look, I mean, we do this week in and week out. It's not like we're looking at picking anybody else if Scotty Scheffler's in the field, unless you're taking Jordan Spieth last weekend. So I don't understand. I still don't understand that at all.
Smart pick. I mean, yeah, he was around. Yeah, Jordan Spieth.
A little bit of a shot if he scored at home.
He was what? He was at the golf course. I mean, like he showed up for his tee time. Yeah, he wasn't late.
He was like, you know, hey, you know, especially with these events now that we're, you know, wanting to put double and everything, we're just trying to take winners. We're just throwing darts. We're trying to get a couple winners. You know, maybe jump up back into the mix. You know, we're going for winners here.
I'm glad y'all brought up Jordan Spieth, and I've been wanting to do this, and I want to do it rapid fire, John. And I think for Jordan Spieth, about 50 weeks from now, if he doesn't get that PGA next year at PGA Frisco, I don't think he's completing the career slam because birthday candles are starting to take over. Rapid fire, tell me, do you think a major for these guys, again in their career, Jordan Spieth?
Probably not.
I'd say no.
Patrick Cantlay?
No.
Yes, he'll have something that'll jump out at you. He'll be one of those guys that all of a sudden, you know, lightning in a bottle at some event.
Ricky Fowler?
No.
Yeah, no.
Justin Rose, another one.
Ooh, not in his 40s. I mean, he's been there. I get it. I mean, he's been at Augusta the last 2 years.
Right there.
With an opportunity. This year, you would have thought would have been his year with a 2-shot lead going into the back nine at Augusta, and he gave it away.
More scar tissue for a younger golfer or an older golfer when they miss? Because it did Chris DeMarco in.
Yeah, I mean, I would tend to go older just because you know that was your shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Time marching on.
Mm-hmm.
One more. The rest of their career, Justin Thomas.
No.
Justin seems to kind of be in a similar kind of. I want to see more, but is he in the early stages of Steve Stricker return to form?
Patrick
later
Harrington.
After kind of, and I know I'm not going rapid fire. I've been terrible at rapid fire these last two questions, but that's I feel like that you could be getting some Steve Stricker-esque, Padraig Harrington-esque type stuff out of Justin Thomas. I mean, heck, he's number one in power rankings this week, for crying out loud. Granted, there's hardly anybody in this field, but you're starting to think more about Justin Thomas. About he T4'd in the PGA. He's starting to kind of come back into being one of those players that you at least think about potentially picking.
Hale Irwin had a couple of those iterations, didn't he? Real good, out, back, real good, and then finally out.
Yes. Yeah, he did. You don't want to go down this path because of where he currently resides in the world of golf, but, is there the potential that if Justin Thomas wins a major in the next year or so, that he goes on a Mickelson-esque type run?
I think there's too much competition. And I was thinking with all those no's we got that both of y'all offered up, then who the heck's winning these tournaments?
It's a great question.
Scotty Scheffler.
Well, not this year. He's
still in his 20s.
That's true.
Well, he turns 30 Father's Day.
His birthday candles, they're getting up there. They're definitely getting
I mean,
you don't need a fire
Spieth in his
extinguisher.
30s yet?
Certainly not.
Is Jordan in his 30s yet?
35.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, he's well in it.
Yeah. I think so.
I felt like he was like in 20. Well, let's see, 10, 11 years ago, he was like 23. Yeah, so I guess he's in his 33, 34.
Yep.
Okay, then 32 is not 35.
No, but it's
it's
closer.
not. But I mean,
Close.
Jordan hasn't showed signs of anything.
No.
Like to talk about the wheels on the bus coming off, like Jordan Spieth, they've come off, and there's been no glimpses of Jordan Spieth, returning to form like 2015 form.
And John, I was scared of it when he was rolling because all the talking to himself, all the talking to Greller, all the commentary every round, I thought, man, if you got that many snakes in your head at 23 and 24, wait till you're 35 and 40 and that scar tissue grows.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the further he goes down the road of no wins,
Dust, snakes in the head.
Clearly he'll still make millions of dollars and, be around and do whatever, but, still, like no more Ryder Cups, no more President's Cups. Like I think his time with that whole thing is kind of passed, unless he just, has something miraculous happen in the next couple of years.
Justin Leonard.
Yeah.
I mean, it passed, and he was having to watch Ryder and President Cups on TV or be an analyst there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he turned into the CBS or the NBC guy pretty quick.
Yeah,
or the Golf Channel guy.
Those guys, they don't want to watch. They want to be in the fray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like even Duval went that way pretty quick. Goes from world number one. I mean, fluctuates with his weight and everything.
Tiger nuked him. I mean, at any other time in a golf career, I mean, David Duval had to drive home thinking, why did this guy have to come along now?
Yeah.
Right?
It would have been his.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it definitely.
All right, Bryant, you're up first.
Well, him and, let's face it, him and Mickelson both, kind of have I mean, Mickelson, how many majors would Phil Mickelson have won if Tiger wasn't around?
At least 3 or 4 more, at least.
Yeah, definitely.
And just had to think.
He'd have probably won a U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Sure would have.
I think he definitely would have. All right, let's get to picks. Charles Schwab this weekend. I will go with my first pick, Ludwig Gobert.
Very good.
Thank you.
Had him on my list.
Better than my first pick last week?
Yes, much better. I will go with
Scotty Scheffler's not in this field, so let's not get carried away with how much better it might be.
I will go with the aforementioned, very discussed, not cussed. That'd be for me and my TV, Justin Thomas.
JT. All right, Connor's going to make the pick for Landon. So, Connor,
A lot of pressure, Connor.
Yeah.
Landon has Ben Griffin.
Ben Griffin.
Okay. The stadium, Ben Griffin.
Right.
John?
That was going to kind of be my guy. That was what I was kind of hoping for there. But it happens.
There's Lanto Griffin, if you'd like.
Yeah, no, I'm quite familiar with Lanto Griffin.
You do not like?
I think I picked Lanto as a shock pick, but I'm not willing to take him as a lock pick at the end of the day. And based off of how my dear old friend Sanjay M finished up last week, I'm not real high about him either. So at the end of the day, I'm going to take Alex Smalley.
All right.
Almost at the PGA for Alex Smalley, a Dookie. Brian.
How about that? Go Blue Devils. I'm going to take, with my shock, we'll run it back again. You know, a lot of times you pick a guy maybe 1 week too early. I think that's what happened last week. I'm going to go with Ryo Histasune.
Okay. I'm going to stay with that theme.
All right.
I like that theme. And this week I'm not going to butcher his name. Max Grazerman.
There you go. All right.
By the way, okay, if we are going to get into if we're going to get into the name conversation, is it not Ludwig Oberg?
Is that why I said that?
It is
I'm pretty sure it's Oberg, not.
No. Oberg. I mean, he's
No.
he's a Swede. I mean, he's got the.
It's Oberg. It is.
Good Lord. Give me a break.
No. Yeah, I bet. Watch the tour forecast or watch the tour broadcast this weekend. I'm pretty sure it's Ludwig Oberg.
You know, usually, John, when I meet somebody, I don't like to go and try to hear other people say their name. I want to hear from the person, until I shake his hand and say, "Tell me your name." I don't know if I can buy that. I really don't. Landon.
Steven Yeager.
All right.
Not Mick Jagger, but Steven Yeager.
Jaeger bomb, baby.
Yeah. And John.
Let's see here. Harry Hall.
Harry Hall.
Got a great caddy. Henry Diana on the bag. Great guy.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully a good weekend for us with our picks. John, before we let you go, tell us more about what y'all have got going on down at Timber Trust, how people can book a tee time.
Yeah, absolutely. So roll over tomorrow night in the skin pot for the 2-man.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be able to get that in, barring any kind of crazy rain forecast or anything. But second time this year, we got a rollover skin, so we're looking forward to that. If you want to get in, I think I was just looking, there's probably about 4 or 5 spots left open for tomorrow night already. And so you can call us 662-895-3530 to sign up for tomorrow night. It's a 5:30 shotgun start, so we'll be able to get that in. This weekend, again, you can call us. It's just open play and everything this weekend, so call us 662-895-3530 or visit us at timbertrustgolf.com. You can book your tee times online. Just found out today that our next event in conjunction with the U.S. Open is already full, so we are sold out for the next one. So 3 weeks early. Always love when those things happen. So clearly everybody's enjoying our event schedule to be able to get that full 3 weeks ahead. That's awesome. So unfortunately, we don't have any spots for that, but plenty of things kind of going on coming up. And as we've talked about, I mean, really kind of finally starting to see some growth in golf course, which really means that conditions will just continue to improve over the span of the next, few weeks and months. And really excited and kind of looking forward to, finally being able to get some things dialed in and kind of get golf course where we'd like to see it a little bit more. So excited for that and excited for everybody to kind of come to town and visit us there in Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Absolutely. Well, John, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again next Wednesday.
All right, fellas. Thanks so much. Take care.
Thank you.
John going with us, talk some golf, make some picks, a little tomfoolery in there as always.
Everybody comfortable with their pick?
Oh yeah, I like my
good
picks
for
a
Landon?
lot. Yeah,
You can sleep tonight?
Yeah.
Feels great.
Did him a good job?
Feels great.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, I think we're all feeling good about our picks. We'll see where this tournament plays out, how it plays out over the next couple of days.
Love this course.
Yeah. Hopefully we got a winner in here.
It's right by TCU's football stadium.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Wow, interesting. I did not know that. So, hopefully, one of us
right
has
by
a winner.
TCU's campus.
Interesting.
Basically on it.
Interesting. I don't want John to have a winner.
The great Dan Jenkins, the golf writer and college football writer extraordinaire, lived at Colonial.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun as that gets started tomorrow morning. Well, let's get to another break. When we return, we've got to talk some Major League Baseball. We talked earlier about the St. Louis Cardinals game today. Some stuff happening last night in the Cardinals-Brewers game. A lot of action across Major League Baseball. We'll discuss it all next on Sports Time.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Hey everybody, I hope you're ready for summer because all the new Silverados are right here in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. No interest financing or $7,000 in cash. So go big with a brand new HD Silverado and make no payments all summer. No payments all summer with your new Trax, Colorado truck, or new Traverse with the third row seating because your good credit deserves it. And this is Military Appreciation Month and our friends at All-Star love our military. In May, get a $1,000 military appreciation bonus on almost every Chevy model here, 1,000. And if you want a barely driven certified Chevy or the hottest pre-owned Chevys on the market, All-Star is spot on. Tahoes, Suburbans, even Trailblazers. And for all your fleet and commercial vehicle needs, express cargo passenger vans and all, they're here. That's right, at All-Star Chevy because they're a top-rated business elite dealer. Together, let's drive. Don't miss the Ready for Summer event going on now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis has serious vans for serious work. At 4430 American Way, they are the Mid-South source for cargo, passenger, crew vans, and custom chassis. Need one or a full fleet? New or used, they've got it with fleet solutions and custom upfits. Certified techs keep you moving with fast maintenance, repairs, and a large parts inventory. Mercedes-Benz Van Center is your Sprinter Van headquarters, 901-237-9302 or sprintervans.com. Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis, part of the Tag Truck Center family, driven to keep you on the road.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Your home is your best investment, so why not make it the best it can be with help from Gates Lumber? Start with your front door, serving two purposes, curb appeal and security. Gates has solid construction doors built for security, durability, and beauty. See and compare wood, steel, and fiberglass options side by side at Gates Showroom. It's easier to choose when you can see and touch real doors with real assistance from knowledgeable staff helping you choose the right door for your home and budget. So don't just replace your door, upgrade your protection, and Gates Lumber is the right choice. Family owned and operated, serving you for over 100 years with free estimates, free delivery, competitive prices, and quality products. Call 901-942-3201, go to gateslumber.com, or come by their showroom, 1253 South Bellevue Boulevard. Gates Lumber, celebrating over 100 years with a passion for craftsmanship since 1920.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. A couple of accidents in their cleanup stages. Building pretty good. Some would say right on schedule. Actually, trying to get down through Midtown on 240 southbound and South Parkway radar. Well, we've seen a little bit of that this afternoon south of Memphis. Just be careful down through there on 55, just south of South Haven in two parts of DeSoto. County troopers are out. Hey, bridal season is just around the corner. Shop local. Go by right now to Reiner's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you, and we've got to talk some Major League Baseball. It's a Wednesday, so that means a pretty half and half today of day games and night games. Had several earlier today. We talked a lot about the Cardinals. No-hit bid going into the 8th inning for Dustin May. He ultimately loses that one, and the Cardinals end up losing the game 2-1. That's a big story, obviously, taking a no-hitter that deep into a game. But it came after last night when we had a little bit of controversy on the mound from Uribe with the Brewers.
Pat Murphy really spoke up
he did.
about his behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Young player.
Sure.
Probably shouldn't have done it. No, he shouldn't have done it. Then the apology fell a little flat. In that it was not really directed at the Cardinals.
It wasn't.
But those things happen.
Sure.
Young player, I've seen worse.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was one of those where, like, when it happened, I thought it was funny.
If it happens in the postseason, we all lose our minds.
Sure. There's a relief pitcher, and I don't think he's with the Mets, but he's in the Mets system. And you would think he's just thrown a no-hitter Game 7 of the World Series when he comes off the mound. Because, he is electric. He's throwing his glove around. He's celebrating like crazy. He's doing, moves off the mound. And so, that was nowhere near what this guy does. I didn't...
It's a lot of look at me from a lot of celebrations,
yes.
But... one way to cut out the celebration is beating them.
That's true. That's right. And so I was really hoping, going back to the conversation we had earlier about Dustin May, and Brett, you might be on something. Maybe it was on me for even having these thoughts before the no-hit bid was over. I need to really take a long time to think about that. But I was already saying if Dustin May got the no-hitter, immediately turned to the Brewers dugout, hit them with a crotch chop, and then let the celebration ensue. I thought that would have been the perfect comeback to what happened last night. It was no-hitter, do the exact same thing to them.
Yeah, and there are teams celebrating, the outfielders gathering around each other and having a lot of demonstration.
Yes.
Some type of demonstration has gone on for a long time in baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Casey Stengel never said, what was the term you used?
Oh, the crotch chop. Yes.
Okay. Maybe Casey Stengel never said that in the dugout, but I'm sure there was things he didn't like.
No, I'm sure not. And so, I was thought it was really interesting how it was handled. What a lot of people have said since then. It really did make me.
I like how Pat Murphy runs his team.
Yeah, no, he does it the right way, and that organization. What they have done over these last however many years. They just make it happen.
13 over 500 for the Brew Crew now.
Yeah, they're impressive.
And a little distance in the division.
No, it definitely is. They're really starting to separate themselves in a division that's been, has been good. We talk so much about all the teams over 500. So, to be able to go out there and
as we
get
speak,
some distance.
You know who's in last in that division?
The Cubs.
And who did I pick to finish last in that division?
The Cubs. That's right. The Cubs team that has two separate 10-game win streaks is dead last right now.
It was just a party 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Crazy. It makes no sense at all. It's really the curse of the White Sox. You lose a series against the White Sox. How much success can you have after that?
White Sox are having a good year.
They're frisky. I think. Oh wow! I didn't even notice this until I literally just glanced over because I was going to talk very highly about who was supposed to be the starting pitcher tonight for the White Sox is now no longer the starter for the White Sox. It was supposed to be Davis Martin, who has been unreal this season, but I guess he was scratched, and we've got David Sandlin making a start today. MLB debut tonight for the White Sox. How about that?
I bet he's not nervous.
No, not nervous at all. Connor, what do you got on Sandlin?
Great in AAA. He actually came up for Noah Schultz IL stint. Was Davis Martin supposed to pitch today?
He was.
He was?
He was.
Scratch.
How about that? Yeah. Sandlin, where 12 innings pitched in AAA. 4 starts, 0.75 ERA. It's pretty good. I can work with that.
I think one of the real quiet stories out there, and I'm trying to get to the exact number, how much power for the Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
They are hitting the home run. I've got it now. Number 1, the Yankees. That wouldn't surprise anyone. No. 2, the Braves. Okay.
Yeah.
3, the White Sox with their young phenom.
Mm-hmm.
for the Dodgers and tied at 72 homers. White Sox and Dodgers at 73. One behind being third, the Washington Nationals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they have, a lot of these young guys that they've, been able to go out there and get in trades and draft.
Would come as breaking news to most people that Blake Butera is the manager.
No, it definitely would. I don't think many people would get that. But, what Abrams has done this season has been super impressive. They've got Wood, James Wood, who's been, really, really good, was really good last year, is having another really nice season this year. So, yeah, they got some power in that lineup.
Number one in runs scored nationally.
Is that right? Wow. Yeah.
Ahead of Dodgers and Braves.
The offense is definitely there. It's the pitching that's the big issue. I know Miles Michaelis, they used a starter today ahead of him, but he came in. When did he come in that game?
Miles Michaelis is a cry for help.
It really is. He came in the second inning and went 3 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. Next guy that came in, Lovelady, he gave up a run as well. So the pitching has not been very strong. I mean, they're one game over 500. Imagine if they had a little bit of a better pitching rotation. I mean, we would be talking about the Nationals as kind of that fun team that's had a really nice start to the season.
It's still very early, but a lot of these numbers are starting to a little bit matter and codify.
Mm-hmm. No, it definitely is. We get deeper and deeper in the season every single day, and so you're kind of hard to believe that we're already this far into the season. So yeah, you're starting to figure out who these teams are going to be, and
every day gets a little later.
That's right. And so it's been a really, really fun season so far. 3 games going on right now. Mariners up 9-0 in the bottom of the 9th over the Athletics. The Giants down 3-2 against the Diamondbacks at home, bottom of the 7th. And
looks like Vitello could say, "I've had enough."
Yeah, I mean,
let some of these big college jobs open.
Yeah, his team's not good. I don't think he's been very good.
He's miserable.
Yeah, I mean, I just
it's beating him down.
Yeah, I just look. I
that
mean,
post game last night. Yeah. I don't know that there was a sentence in all that.
No, I mean,
it was some grunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it hadn't been fun to watch, and so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look, it's one of those things where you had to go try it, something that he really wanted to do, but I would not be surprised if he very quickly makes the decision, okay, and I'll go back to the college scene.
And I don't know that him taking it was going to cause an avalanche of more hiring from colleges, but nobody will try it again if first big name eliminated from Omaha, he leaves for that.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. So, you're already seeing some SEC baseball fans kind of trying to point at different programs.
Where?
I've seen Missouri.
That would be home.
Sure. And that's the big, they decided to keep Carrick Jackson for next season. Some people trying to, point out, okay, you keep him for another year. He's on a cheap contract. Get everything right. Maybe by next offseason, Vitello's ready for something different, go to Missouri. I've seen a couple other places. Can't really think off the top of my head who exactly they were, but it seems like some people trying to point at different
without
places.
Naming names. If Tony Vitello's representative made it known to a couple of ADs in the SEC, hey, you move on quietly or even public and ugly, I got you guy.
Yeah.
If you're that AD, would you listen?
Absolutely. Yeah. No doubt about it. I mean, if we can have kind of a deal behind the scenes, yeah, I'm certainly waiting on that.
Let's name names.
Yeah.
Ole Miss and Arkansas.
Yeah. I like I said, I can't remember exactly the teams. I just remember kind of in passing being like, oh, that would be interesting back into the SEC. But yeah, I mean, those would be 2. If you're just looking at the teams, those would certainly be 2 teams.
A lot of things happen back channel.
Yeah. No, they do. They definitely do. I wouldn't be surprised with anything with him,
If he called his representative, said, "Get me out of here. This was crazier than I thought it would be."
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, certainly we know that he can get it done at the college level.
I will say it again for both of those places. Well, he's not taking both of them.
No.
And you move on from Dave Van Horn or Mike Bianco. Are you sure of what you're getting?
Yeah. No.
Are you positive? Arkansas's had 2 baseball coaches since 1972.
Yeah.
Norm DeBryan and Dave Van Horn. Ole Miss is in most of the 21st century under Mike Bianco.
Yeah, that's right.
I wouldn't get too noisy at them if I'm fans and boosters and NIL donors.
No, we talk about it all the time.
Only one team can win it.
Sure. And I mean, a lot of times it's a lot better than you really realize it in the moment. It can be a lot worse.
I'd stay right there with both of them.
Yeah, I would too. But I think those fan bases would be screaming from the rooftops if Tony Vitello was available. Of hey, let's bring him in. I mean, pretty much every fan base across college baseball would be screaming if he was available.
I wonder where out of the SEC might pique his interest.
That's a good question. I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple out there.
I don't have anything in mind either.
No,
like I said yesterday, I follow it, but I don't know the sport.
Right? Yeah. No, I
anything that has two first bases kind of cuts me out.
That's understandable. But yeah, I saw his. I did not see his post game last night. I did see his pre-game interview or press conference yesterday. I think it was yesterday before the game, and it might have been Monday. And the only time he lit up was when a reporter asked him about Tennessee baseball and where they were going for their regional and the chances they had in the North Carolina regional. He immediately went into like a 3-minute response of how happy he was for Tennessee and all the things and
I believe
how they
that.
could win it. Yeah,
he really delivered for them.
No, he definitely did.
But I still think it was a touch of brilliance when I suggested him for the Cardinals.
Hey, I mean,
I was off a little, maybe a little. I'm glad now to
I was
get
about to say,
all the marble.
It's one of those things where we just talked about it. Grass isn't always greener. I would not be happy right now if Vitello was the manager of the Cardinals. But let's go ahead and get to another break, and when we return, it'll be time for Big Number of the Day.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Napa Cafe celebrates 28 years in 2026.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet peculiar peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finish with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes. Or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger-buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. We can't wait to serve you.
Come join in and celebrate 28 years of Napa Cafe in 2026.
You know that feeling when something is supposed to be complicated and then it's not? That's the Dobbs Brothers way. For your new Chevrolet, there's no games, no runaround, no surprises, just straight answers from people who actually mean them. Buying a car shouldn't feel like a battle, and at Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, it doesn't. Trust, transparency, and driving our community forward. That's the Dobbs Brothers way. Shop Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet of Bartlett today.
Progressive presents Perfectly Bad Excuses for Missing Stuff to spend more time on your motorcycle.
Hey, Suze, can't make it to your party. Gotta defrost some chicken. There's tenders, boneless thighs. Gotta keep an eye on it.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Memphis, if you've been in a car accident, money is on the line. Medical bills, lost pay, your future. NST fights for this city and has for over 35 years, winning big for Memphis families. The call is free, no fee unless we win. NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000.
Volkswagen Driver Days is on at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike, and it's drivers wanted. If you're looking for sporty, we Gossett 2026 Jetta S, just $249 a month. $249 a month for Jetta S. How about 2025 Tiguan S, $269 a month? Yes, brand new Tiguan S, $269 a month. And Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike wants to get you vacation ready in 2026 Atlas SE, $329 a month. That's only $329 a month for a brand new Atlas SE. If you're ready for a new ride, we got you covered at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike. So get to Gossett Volkswagen today at 1875 Covington Pike. Online, GossettVWMemphis.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
STC 564,681, MSRP 41,911, Jetta TMO 312,217, MSRP 25,791, Tiguan TMO 43,763, MSRP 32,881. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must be financed through Volkswagen Credit PF 895. Excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer in 6126. Dealer stock only.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
And she says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids.
Big Daddy.
Hello, Big Brand. It's a guy, he wants to be big, then he gets big, he doesn't want to be big anymore, then he gets small, but the suit's too big.
Big Daddy.
The big boy.
You're a big guy. I think she's trying to pull a fast one on Big Daddy.
The big number of the day.
Well, Brett, my big number today, it actually comes from a couple days ago, but did not have an opportunity to talk about it yesterday. So bringing it up because while it's kind of dated now, I think it still is a massive big number. The big number is 100. So Jacob Mizrowski, who is just incredible for the Brewers, he pitched against the Cardinals on Monday. That was the Memorial Day game. Dealt against them like he usually does. And I saw this nugget afterwards from OptaStats. Pitchers with 100 or more strikeouts and 50 or fewer total bases allowed through the first 11 starts of the season since 1901. It's only been 2 pitchers. In 2021, Jacob deGrom did. He had 111 strikeouts and 47 total bases allowed through his first 11 starts. Jacob Mizrowski this season, 100 strikeouts and only 48 total bases allowed in his first 11 starts. So he has been electric. I know there's other numbers out there about how hard he's throwing right now, and not only just how hard he's throwing, but how long he's able to throw that hard throughout games. I mean, he's another guy. I know you brought him up yesterday. We talked about him a little bit. Was that, and I didn't notice, I looked a little deeper into his backstory, and this could kind of go back into what I was railing against some of the fans for pointing it out. He was actually at a junior college in Missouri, and I think played high school in Missouri. I think he's from Missouri, and was set.
Making it worse.
Yeah, I know it is. And I saw it when we were done, and I was like, ooh. So his story is he pitched, I believe, 1 season at this junior college, maybe 2 seasons at this junior college, was committed to LSU, so was heading to the SEC, but got invited to the draft combine during that offseason before the draft, and got just the most unbelievable response from teams of like, hey, yeah, you're going to go in the draft, you're going to go pretty high, and even if it's not first round, you'll go kind of second round, and you'll be a big-time player in an organization. And he said, okay, I'll do it, and ended up getting drafted by the Brewers, and is now one of, I would say, the better pitchers in Major League Baseball right now.
Yeah, and if they're in the postseason, that's who they want out there for Game 1 and Game 7,
exactly right.
or closeout Game 5 in the divisional series. My big number is 34. 34 days since the Knicks last lost a game. That was April 23rd. 109-103 at Atlanta to fall 2-1 down to the Hawks. 11 straight wins since then, and now 4 from being on the top of the basketball world. 7 days until their next game, June 3rd. So they're going to be 41 days at tip since they last lost.
And a whole bunch of rest in there. Not a ton of basketball after back-to-back
seasons. A lot of accolades.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be the question of can they match up against either of these teams in the Western Conference.
And it's going to be, but Game 1 will not be at Madison Square Garden.
No, it'll be either one of those two spots. So no, it's gonna be interesting. Again, like whatever Reggie Miller says about it, I don't think New York's gonna be the favorite in that series. But
Reggie Miller trying to make fans in New York now, huh? A little late for that.
Interesting, yeah.
I bet he and Spike Lee are okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're all right. I'm sure there's not bad blood there. But
it was great TV.
Oh, it was unbelievable, and the amount of times that it's talked about and shown, I'm sure they both love it.
It was that good, real time.
Oh, I believe it.
But the years make it even better, and the years always soften if there really was real animosity.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think they're good, but no, will be fun. We'll see what happens in these last 2 games because that just means even more rest. And the Knicks, they're certainly rooting on San Antonio tomorrow night, hoping for. I guess it's set either way, but more tax on those legs, on those bodies for both of these teams in the Western Conference, maybe giving them an advantage, and you'll have that rest versus rust argument like we always have. But I think they'll be fresh and ready to go game one against whoever they're playing.
One of these days, one of these sweet days, NBA Finals in downtown Memphis.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Not any day soon, I don't believe.
No.
But hopefully one day.
I would have thought by now.
Yeah.
Either at the early stages of Core 4 and the early stages of Not So Big 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
medium-sized 3.
Sure. Yeah. But I think.
As it played out.
No, it definitely does. But I do think, I know you look at it with a little bit of hate in your heart when you look at the Oklahoma City.
Well, I've got the same for the Clippers too, but Oklahoma City's won a lot.
But I do think Oklahoma City lays a nice blueprint out there of how you can go out there and build through the draft, a trade here, a trade there, and then you can be right there with a big-time team.
Memphis will have to do it through the draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you're right, but it's got to be everything.
And then be smart when the Hartenstein comes open.
Sure. Or
the Caruso.
Yeah, and I mean, we say all this. It's very hard to, like we say all the time. Nobody knew SGA was going to be who SGA is today when they traded him.
Is he the best Cal product ever in the NBA?
Yeah. I mean, 2-time MVP, about to be 2-time champion. I would say so. I
think me and you and Jay Morgan had a list one time of best Cal players in the NBA.
We did do that. That sounds like something we would have done.
I think we did that.
I think so. But yeah, right now,
dust that off.
Yeah, we might have to. But I would say right now, he's definitely number one. I would say
better than Derrick Rose.
Yeah. I love Derrick Rose.
Me too.
I would say 2 championships, 2 MVPs. That does a lot of talking for you. I mean, that does a lot of talking against really anybody.
Better than Tyler Ulis? I
would say better than Tyler Ulis. But hey, what Tyler Ulis has that nobody else, or not many of those guys
job on Cal staff.
That's right. He's got a coaching job and he's
working to work with Bradley every day.
Well, I guess there aren't all positives when it comes to being on a coaching
Started out with a nice topic and touch on Cal, and then just descended into that, didn't it?
It's okay. Well, I mean, at least Bradley has the different suits working for him when he's on the bench. But no, hey, gotta give Arkansas credit. I think they're gonna have a really nice team next year, and will be very, very fun to watch. But we need to wrap up this second hour, get to another break, and when we return, we're talking some more NBA. We'll also talk Grizzlies offseason, a lot of different things. Rob Fisher from the Grizzlies Television Network. He joins us next.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Unlock your new go-to spot, Codes Dispensary in Steele, Missouri, just over an hour from Memphis. When you're ready for a legal, reliable option, they're right up the road. Explore the full menu of top-shelf products in-store and online. Short on time? Order ahead and cruise through the drive-thru for a quick pickup. Stack rewards while you stock up with Club Codes. Earn points for every dollar spent. Codes Dispensary, now open in Steele, Missouri. Supreme cannabis that's worth the drive. Learn more at codesdispensary.com. That's codesdispensary.com.
Listen up, Rebel fans. Your next winning drive starts at Landers Ford in Collierville. Their game plan is simple. Find you the most savings possible. Make a trade, lower your payments, or let them buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from them. That's how you keep moving the chains. Just like the Grove on game day. Fans all across the Mid-South keep coming back to the #1 Ford dealership in Greater Memphis. See them today in Collierville or online at LandersFordMemphis.com. When you own a Landers Ford, you get the support of a certified service tech with the Landers Ford Remote Service Experience Program. They pick it up, drop it off, or fix it on the spot, so you're never left watching from the sidelines. To finish the drive, the iconic Landers Easy Pass always brings more for your trade and the biggest discounts to put you in victory formation. And now, straight from the 1977 Ole Miss football team that took down #1 ranked Notre Dame, the final snap of the day from Landers Ford President Don Kitchens.
If it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
As reported on Ford's 2024 total new vehicle retail sales report, Memphis market.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roof Services. I wanted to take a minute and discuss advertising with you. There are so many websites that list the best service provider in your area. Even the BBB has an accredited list. You know the one thing they all have in common? A company like mine has to pay to get on that list. So that begs the question, can those lists be trusted? You know what can be trusted? History. We've been around for almost 30 years providing customers with the best service and the best products that we possibly can. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call. We'll come talk to you and let you decide for yourself whether or not we know what we're talking about. Five Ash Roof Services. Best products, best warranties, and in many cases, the best price. We're fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
It's time to get your backyard ready for the ultimate pool party with a little help from Family Leisure. If you've been sitting on the fence about taking the plunge with a pool, now's the time to take the dive. You want an above-ground pool? Done. Starting at $39.99, and that's with installation. You want an in-ground pool? Take your pick. They start at under $50,000. Accessorize that pool with a patio furniture set starting at just $9.99. Outdoor sectionals, they start at $12.99. In fact, all in-stock patio furniture sets are priced to move. And with select patio furniture sets, you'll get a free umbrella and base. Okay, you aren't looking to get into a pool just yet? Family Leisure has hot tubs that start at just $34.99. Get in shape or stay in shape with a swim spa starting at $16,999. Get your backyard, front yard, side yard, whatever, ready for fun. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. We had some flashing lights a few minutes ago, just adding to that slowdown in the Midtown area on 240 southbound at Union. Hopefully they'll be out of there in the next few minutes because they definitely aggravated that traffic that's trying to get out of Midtown. They are 240 south at Union. They expect a little bit of delay down through there. As you continue south of Memphis, that's starting to pick up pretty good. 55 down through parts of DeSoto County. Need to watch your speed. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car and truck. Having transmission problems, come to AMCO, 2 locations here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Memphis's original sports station. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet at 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Come with me now. Come with me now.
Welcome back Again, Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you as we start our third and final hour on this Wednesday afternoon. Got to talk some basketball, and joining us now to do that is Rob Fisher from the Grizzlies Television Network. Rob, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to talk some basketball, a lot of it, but before we get to any of that, I'm curious, how superstitious are you, especially when it comes to Major League Baseball's, the no-no, stuff like that? Because it was me and Brett have pretty big arguments about it.
I was pretty superstitious when I played. Just the little things, you don't walk on the white line, and you jump over the white line, and you don't go on the pitcher's mound when the pitcher's on the mound. Unless it's the manager comes out and you all go out there, or just little things like that.
What about the thing? Like, are we talking about that?
You don't talk about the no-no. You don't talk to the pitcher. I mean, just things like that. Just all the ones that you've heard of before. I was pretty dug in on them.
Who was the most superstitious person you've ever been around, covered, known around the sport?
Oh, man.
It's got to be Don Tony. La Russa was.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, when you would see him at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for a 7 o'clock game, Rob, I'm going to play me, you play La Russa. Hey, Skip, how you doing?
I'll tell you later tonight.
That's it. Every time.
Every day. Yeah.
What is a basketball no-no? Brian and I were pondering that. Anything around, I just threw out triple-double. It's kind of the opposite of that because they all know it and want to achieve it.
Yeah, it's that's the thing. I mean, they all know it. Everybody knows their stats. When you're up by, I mean, we've seen it when you're up. We saw it with Jokic when he got mad. That was in the playoffs, wasn't it? When they made the bucket with like 3 seconds left in a blowout. They got the steal and they went down the other end of the floor of Minnesota and they made the basket with 3 seconds left and time was already up and they were down by 20 or whatever it was. You don't do that.
Well, we saw it this year with the Tigers at Utah State.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Saw the Tigers-Utah State game. Absolutely did. That's one. I mean, I remember, when you're beating a team by 30, you don't need to keep coming down and shooting threes. You remember when James Posey sent Peja Stojakovic into the third row? That was one of the biggest things in Grizzlies history.
And we loved it.
That was done. And we loved every second of it, absolutely.
And loved James Posey.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I was even thinking about it, I was thinking about it because of, Memby when he left the game last night and when he talked to Bismarck and to Plumlee and apparently they came out and then they fouled McCain really hard and people are wondering if he put the hit out on Jared McCain. Probably not, but I mean, he may have said something like, hey, don't let him forget we're here, or hey, send a message, or, let him feel you, or he may have said something like that because Oklahoma City is a lot like Golden State, and in which when, they can go from having a lead to stomping you in a matter of minutes, and it can go fast. Yeah. And when they get to that point of stomping you, through no fault of their own, they're just really good teams. They'd start having a little bit more fun. They'd start smiling a little bit more. Steph would take the three, and he'd run down to the other end of the floor before the ball even went through the hoop. I mean, those things piss you off because you just got stomped.
And you want to clothesline somebody.
Quickly. Yeah, so sometimes you send a message, especially in a playoff series, just to remember that, hey, we're here. We're still playing. We haven't forgot, but you just take it easy. You're beating us, but you don't need to rub it in on us so much. So that may have been something last night that we saw as well.
But baseball is really the score settling sport because it might be somebody that feels aggrieved from a backfield 8 years ago, and they get a chance to low bridge them.
Well, I mean, when Bryce Harper came into the league, he was getting thrown at because people just didn't like his attitude. Right. I mean, it was like, seriously?
And we still don't like his attitude. But
right. So he was getting thrown at for that. And absolutely, it's the way you looked at me, the way you gestured towards me, the way you You looked at my teammate, the how long you took to put the ball in your glove. I mean, just stupid things. Baseball's the worst. Baseball is the most sensitive sport out there of guys being offended by something.
No doubt. And how long it takes you to circle the bases.
Right.
Unless you're Bartolo Colon, who
then you take your time.
And you could have timed him with a sundial.
Yeah, and it didn't matter. That was fine. But yeah, no, it's and I'll say this though about baseball. Baseball has eased up a lot. You know, I think we're allowing guys to have more fun than we have in the past. Allowing guys to watch their home runs a little bit more and celebrate those a little bit more. We're allowing that more. I don't know when that changed, but I think that's good for the game because I think fans like to see it too. Plus, sometimes what these guys do is admirable, and you want to admire it, and you should.
Yeah, you had the Milwaukee player last night that I didn't lose my mind about, but I did say earlier, Rob, that if that were in the postseason, it'd be national outrage.
Well, I mean, all it did was make him look like an idiot.
That's right.
I mean, that's really what it did, and I was watching it live, and I was like, did he just?
He did.
Did he just do that?
He did.
And then I had to think to myself, are the Cardinals in the dugout? He's doing it. What just happened? Yeah, that was crazy.
How do you think Whitey Herzog would have taken that?
Oh man! Well, if he was Whitey's player, Whitey would have dragged him and thrown him into the clubhouse.
Did to Gary Templeton. Threw him in a headlock.
He did to Gary Templeton. Absolutely.
Were you at the ballpark that day as a young guy?
No, I was not. No, I was young. I was really young. I wasn't there for that. No. But I remember it.
Oh, it was major.
Yeah. But yeah, no, what Uribe did last night, that was insane.
And Rob, sure. I've been so behind in Cardinal history. I was opposed to the Gary Templeton trade to San Diego for Ozzie Smith.
Well, that was kind of foolish.
Yeah, I kind of missed on that, didn't I? But the argument was he's such a great switch hitter. His defense is not that far behind Ozzie's, and much better hitter. Ozzie ended up, cobbling together 2,500 career hits.
Yeah, no kidding. And the defense was just magical.
Best shortstop ever.
That's right.
Yeah, just to watch that every day was incredible. So.
Yeah. It definitely was. Oh, getting to some basketball. The NBA playoffs still going on. One team sitting back waiting. The other two teams battling it out. Let's start with those Knicks. Another sweep for them. Made it look easy against Cleveland. What did you make of what they did in those 4 games?
I think you just had a team where everybody was playing well. I mean, it's not just one guy leading the way. It's to get to this point, you got to be a good team. It can't just be 1 or 2 guys. It's got to be everybody. It's got to be your bench. It's got to be your depth. And the Knicks were getting it from everybody, even their depth. And Cleveland couldn't put it all together. I mean, it was, if Mitchell had a good game or if Harden had a good game, well, maybe the bigs didn't do anything. If the bigs played really well, Harden had a bad game and turned it over 10 times. And then, the bench was, you never really had a Sam Merrill game or someone else off the bench to come in and Dennis Schroeder game or something. You never had that. It was never, they never had everything going at the same time. While the Knicks did. And played really well. And I was impressed. I was impressed with what they've done. I'm impressed with what Mike Brown's done to actually provide and play depth on that basketball team, something that they haven't done in the past, and they did, and it helped, and it worked, and they played really well as an entire unit and as a team. So I was impressed. I was impressed with the Knicks. I'm really impressed. They've won 11 straight games. I mean that's incredible at this point of the season, and. To go on the road and do what they're doing, and not only to win 11 straight games, but to do it in convincing fashion in these 11 straight games has been what's been really impressive.
Would you want to be in New York for those home games at the Garden?
No chance.
Really?
Man, that is crazy. Maybe in my younger days, but yeah. I mean, that's like going to Times Square for New Year's Eve. I mean, where do I go to the bathroom? Where do I get a drink? What am I doing?
Yeah.
I need amenities. and liquor if I'm going to be in that sort of crowd.
But Rob, remember, I said on these airwaves years ago, my dream finals, and if it happens, I'm going to all 7, Grizzlies and New York Knicks.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I wouldn't turn down going. I just don't want to be in the middle. I don't want to be in the middle.
That's when we really need the beaming machine.
That's right. Yeah,
when you don't have to fight airports. And the get-in prices for the home games for the Knicks already, and they're going up. They will not go down.
Yeah. No, they'll only go up, and it's what if they were to win game 1? What will they do then? So yeah, it's going to be insane, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have the Knicks there and their gathering of people and the celebrity row and all that stuff. That'll be fun to have in the NBA Finals.
And it'll be a media slobber fest, but okay, they hadn't been there since '99. They hadn't won it since '73. Why not?
Yeah, and again, I don't agree with Reggie Miller, who said that they would be favored over either one of those two teams.
Reggie's
I don't
trying to make friends now in New York. It's too late, Reggie.
Right. but I do think, again, for a team that's playing as well as they're playing, as a unit, as well as they're playing, you can't count them out. They're playing great basketball as a team, and we've seen in this series with the Spurs and the Thunder for how deep Oklahoma City is when they've lost the 2 games in this series so far. Their depth wasn't as good as it needs to be or is normally. Mm-hmm. And if it's not, they're beatable. Could the Knicks beat them in a scenario like that? Absolutely they could. So, and then San Antonio, I think we've learned that their depth just isn't where Oklahoma City's is yet. Mm-hmm. No. They still got some work to do on building some depth off their bench. They got a lot of guys on their bench that just don't play, just aren't going to play. Aren't going to play, don't play. And a lot of spots that are filled up with guys like that. So I think they need to work on their depth going forward. Not to say that they're out of this series. They're not. But I think they need to work on that going forward as well. And right now, the Knicks, as far as depth is concerned, they're playing consistently well every single night.
Mm-hmm. No, they absolutely are. And you talk about that depth for Oklahoma City. That's kind of shortened right now because of the injuries. Jalen Williams out. He's been listed as questionable for every game. A.J. Mitchell has now missed a couple of games. But you saw last night a couple of guys step up in their place. What do you make of some of those guys? Alex Caruso has been a big story this series for what he's done. Jared McCain has had some nice moments. What have you made of some of those role players for OKC and the way they've stepped up?
Well, it can be a different one every night. I think that's what's so impressive about them. It can be, and Caruso's been it most nights, which has been crazy to see what he's been doing offensively, not just offensively but defensively as well. But then Mitchell can have a big day, or Williams can have a big day, and Kenrich Williams getting to play last night, making some big plays. It can be different guys. It doesn't have to be all of them, but McCain coming through and having a monster game that he has. But that's the thing with Oklahoma City, that if you're going to get a night like that from at least one of their guys on the bench. And if you're going to get it from more than one guy on the bench, well, then you're in trouble. Then your depth has to match it, and they just keep coming at you the way that they do offensively and defensively, and they become very, very difficult to beat. And, I think they're showing that right now to the Spurs. I think they're basically telling the Spurs, maybe it's not your turn yet.
Rob, I asked Bryant this yesterday. Which one of the two do you prefer the most? Do you prefer Wembanyama, the post player, or Wembanyama, the wing player?
Post player.
Me too.
I think most people would prefer him post player. I think what's happening though in this series is, and I don't want to take this from this isn't from me. I stole this from somebody. I read it somewhere, and it made a lot of sense to me.
Well, I stole the whole topic. I heard it somewhere else too.
Yeah, absolutely, we all do.
Yeah,
but it was said that the Spurs aren't giving him enough time to get into the post. And when you watch the game, they're trying to speed the game up so much that when they get into the offense, they get to the three. Wemby's still out by the 3-point line, and they're chucking up threes. They're not even letting him get into the rebounding position.
Yeah, he's not near the blocks. He's closer to the half court line than the blocks.
Yeah, and it's not a matter of setting him up in the post. He's not even there for a rebound. So I think that's been something that when they speed up the game a little too much, they're kind of taking him out of the game.
Yeah.
And he can't be taken out of the game.
But you
he needs to be involved.
You see Mitch Johnson constantly, and you saw Mike Brown do it for the Knicks. The constant speed up sign, hurry, faster, faster.
Yeah, I mean, against a team like Oklahoma City, you want to speed it up so they can't really get set defensively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but they're a good team anyway defensively because they have a lot of guys the same size that can switch.
Mm-hmm. No,
so it doesn't matter who they match up with.
Mm-hmm.
They can still play solid defense. So, I while you want to get a team on their toes and you want to take advantage of them early, sometimes it's to your detriment a little bit. And I think with Wembanyama, it is to their detriment a little bit where he's looked gassed a couple of times. Yeah. And I think especially first quarter, you got to get him involved in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. And we've seen when he's gotten involved in the first quarter, they've won 2 games. When he's not gotten involved in the first quarter, they've lost 3 games.
Yeah.
So I think getting him involved early makes a huge difference as well.
He talked about him looking gas. Another part of that is how physical OKC has been with him and with this Spurs team. I know a lot of people have talked about it. What's the fine line between being overly aggressive and fouling? They were talking about it last night on the broadcast about how now the Spurs are trying to be as aggressive as Oklahoma City is, but they in turn are fouling OKC. What have you made of the way that Oklahoma City is defending? I know they're using more of Isaiah Hartenstein now, trying to make him more physical with some of those post players, including Wembanyama. What do you make of kind of the physicality of this series?
I think that's something that I've also learned this series, is that when you talk about teams that don't have experience in playing this time of year, I think that's what you're talking about the most.
Mm. Yeah.
Because San Antonio's trying to figure it out.
Yep.
It's trying to figure out exactly what you just said. What that fine line of what's a foul, what's not a foul. And I think that's something you learn as you go through these experiences. And I think it's something Oklahoma City has mastered as far as what can be called a foul and what's not a foul. I mean, they play within the system, but it's infuriating to watch Oklahoma City and the way that they fall down. The way that Jalen Williams last night falls down when Keldon Johnson.
Last night was something.
It what?
And last night was just epic. I mean, it was every trip.
I mean, it's every time down the floor, and you see San Antonio getting angry and upset about it, and it's like, well, I mean, technically it's a foul. I mean, you did foul them. You just got to be smarter about it, and I think Oklahoma City, that's something that they've gone through. It's something that they've mastered, and it's something that San Antonio is still getting used to, and something that they're not used to yet. San Antonio could still end up winning this series, and it's going to be by talent, but the experience thing I think is real, and right now I think it's showing through as well.
If they win 2 more and win it 4-3, it better be Wembanyama 35-28.
Yeah, no, he's got to be the best player on the floor, and in these games that they've. It's funny because he's 22 years old. So is he going to be the best player on the floor every night? Well, probably not. He's 22 years old.
He's 2 years younger than Trinidad Chambliss.
Jeez. But does he need to be the best player on the floor for them to win? Yes.
Yeah. Rob, I'm convinced by draft night we will have every proposed Grizzlies trade out there, including Zebo for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Is that on the table?
Why not? Yeah, I see other stuff almost as frivolous.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, the thing that you see today about Oklahoma City wants to move up to get Boozer by trading 12 and 17. Well, what else?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, 12 and 17 is not going to get you anything.
You just want us to give you our team?
I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, makes no sense.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of
your new arena.
Yeah, and teams at this point, still a month out, they're still trying to rob you in a trade. So Yeah, don't believe anything you see at this point, because teams are still trying to get, the real negotiation hasn't started yet.
Right now, it's still hang up on anybody that calls?
Yes.
When do you start answering?
If I'm the Grizzlies?
Yeah.
I don't think I answer the phone.
Me either. We're taking one of those three players at 3.
Yeah, I'll make calls as far as my other picks are concerned.
Yeah.
And with Ja, and I'll make those calls, try and get something going. But if you're talking about 3 being involved, well, no, you better get a hold. If you want to do it that bad, get a hold of me some other way.
And that deal, I want something involving one of those point guards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No doubt. And the thing, but I'm still not giving away with one of the top 3 picks.
Yeah.
No. Too much work was put into that.
No kidding.
You had to witness it.
Yeah. No kidding. I had a front row seat for it.
Yeah.
Can you name the starting 5 for the Grizzlies on the last game of the season?
I cannot.
I don't even know if I even remember some of the names that were on the team at that point.
I cannot.
I know you can, though. And that's got to be
I only can because we had a dinner last week and we went over it.
Oh, did you?
That's great.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Yeah, no. A lot went into that for sure. But Rob, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll do it again next Wednesday.
All right, sounds good, guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Rob.
Rob Fisher joining us like he does every single week throughout the playoffs.
I'm blanking on every name on the last night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm now going to go look up.
We got to see this box
see who was there. Let's see. Where can I get ESPN pulled up?
And we talked about it. That was Pete and Brevin and Rob that day on the road at their best. Not only not only that year ending, but the end of that affiliation with that network.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think at some point Pete in his great way said, we'll be back next year somewhere.
Holy cow. All right. Okay. Any guesses of just anybody that was in the starting lineup for the game for the Grizzlies? This is worse than I thought it was. Not really.
I really don't.
Okay. We'll start with the guy that actually started the season on the roster, Jemai Meshack. He was a starter.
Okay.
Played 38 minutes, had 11 points, 11 assists.
Ball for life.
That's right.
Just like all of us, right?
Oh, absolutely. Javon Small came off the bench for the Grizzlies. 26 minutes, 18
That's not
points,
starting.
3 rebounds. It's not, but I only reference him so that I could say this. Those are the only 2 Grizzlies that started the season with the team that even played in the final game of the season.
See,
for the
that
Grizzlies.
somewhere out there, that's what I want some list of from year to year, introduced opening night. What's the percentage of the returnees for the next year?
Yeah.
I've never been able to find somebody that does that.
Yeah, and both those guys, two-way guys, so it's even murky on even if they were in the building for the first game of the season.
Meshack was not introduced opening night.
He definitely
was
wasn't.
not.
He definitely.
I was there against
I don't
New
know
Orleans.
about I doubt Javon Small. Okay. Outside of that, Taj Gibson played 19 minutes, had 4 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Dariq Whitehead played 39 minutes, had 26 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Ryan Rupert played 42 minutes, had 21 points.
I like him.
Oh, I like Rupert a lot, and I still don't know why I have this love for Rupert, but I do.
And I've said he wears his uniform the way you should wear it as a big leaguer, as a pro.
And then the final person that makes up the starting 5 for the Grizzlies that night. Brett, I could tell you some of these guys that were on the roster for the Grizzlies that weren't still on the roster here, and you could tell me, hey, Adama Ball was a Grizzly. Oh, yeah, I remember Adama Ball being on the team. Oh, Lucas Williamson. Yeah, I remember Lucas Williamson being part of the team. Toby Okani.
Yeah, I mean, just nothing.
I didn't even know he was a Grizzly this year.
Where did he play college?
West Virginia.
He did? Okay.
Yes, that's at least where his picture is from. Let's see. College for him. Started at Duquesne, went to UIC, and then finished his career at West Virginia. So
today's really the first time I've heard his name.
That's right.
I think.
I didn't know. I think that was the only.
I watched that game.
He played a handful. I was about to say, I think that was the only game he played for the Grizzlies. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, too much work went into getting that third pick.
Yeah, I was clocked out at that point. I was not paying attention to what was going on with the Memphis Grizzlies at that point. We have a text that came in. We'll talk more about this in our next segment. This texter asked, "Isn't this the final day to declare for the NBA draft?" That is correct. Decision day. It is midnight Eastern tonight to make that decision.
Thank you. We got news.
We do.
Stay tuned.
And we will talk more about that in our next segment. But I do have to remind you before we get to this break that this third and final hour each and every afternoon brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet. The Dobbs family is an old established name, and they're back in the car business here in Memphis. Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, located at 7850 Highway 64 in Bartlett, offering a full selection of new Chevrolets and quality used cars to meet every need and budget. Head out there and check out the beautiful new vehicles they have on their lot, like the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 with its Turbo Max engine, off-road capability, and advanced technology. Go check out that beautiful model and get 2.9% APR for 72 months. While you're out there, check out those other models like the 2026 Chevy Traverse with a 328 horsepower 2.5 liter turbo engine and a massive 17.7-inch touchscreen, or the 2026 Chevy Equinox, a redesigned rugged meets modern style vehicle. And right now, eligible military personnel can get $1,000 of bonus cash on most Chevy models during Military Appreciation Month. At Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, it's fully transparent pricing, no hidden fees, no games, and they've got you covered for all your needs with their service department. Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet welcomes you to a new way of providing excellent customer service. Their great team is ready to put you in your next perfect video. So head out to Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet in Bartlett at 7850 Highway 64, open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Check out those vehicles online, DobbsBrothersChevy.com. Head out there and test drive those models today at Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet of Bartlett. Well, let's get to another break, and when we return, we'll talk about what's trending.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Since 1948, in the alley, the Rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on in the Rendezvous?
Brett, there's some things about the Rendezvous I want to talk about. For example, we make it really easy to park. We have valet parking right at Monroe Street in our alley. We also want to make it easy for people to get to-go orders. You can now park in our alley right at our front door and put your flashers on. People also forget that we take reservations for 6 or more. And we have a wonderful party room upstairs that can accommodate people for rehearsal dinners, birthday parties, reunions, graduations. Our rooms seat between 25 and 275 people, and everything at the Rendezvous can be packed to go. Brett, we also do catering. See our menu online, and we can even deliver for groups of 15 or more. So if you have any questions, always feel free to call us at the Rendezvous, because we answer our phone ourselves. You'll never hear, "Please listen carefully for our menu has changed." Press 1 for reservations, press 2 for hours, press 3 for catering, or if you know your party's 9-digit extension number and the first 3 letters of their mother's maiden name, dial it now. Come see us at the Rendezvous.
Since 1948, the Rendezvous. At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets, with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli, with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
A long life is wonderful, but it comes with changes as you age. So when you're ready to change your home, Town Village Audubon Park is the perfect choice. Incredible location, amazing amenities, including a pool, all-inclusive dining, and on-site medical care so you can age in place. Monthly rental with no buy-in lets you make current choices. Apartments include full kitchen, washer and dryer, bi-weekly housekeeping, and all basic utilities. Landscape courtyards make it easy to get sunshine and fresh air. Gated parking keeps you ready to go. And the Town Village Dog Park keeps your fur baby close by your side. Hi, I'm Max. My wife Jean and I moved into Town Village Audubon Park 18 months ago. It's the best decision we ever made. We have made friends here and take part in lots of social activities. It's a comfortable life. So if you're thinking of making a change, come see me and Town Village Audubon Park. I think you'll like it as much as we do. And look, new friends.
If wedding bells are in your future, you need an unforgettable engagement ring from a jeweler you can trust. And that's been James Gaddis Jewelers for over 60 years. With a huge selection and the best prices, James Gaddis is a master jeweler and diamondologist. Beautiful jewelry from James Gaddis is always the right choice. Choose from rings to earrings, necklaces to bracelets, and gemstones to watches. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar, online at GaddisJewelers.com and Instagram at Gaddis Jewelers. Say I do at James Gaddis Jewelers.
Hey, Mid-South, you ready for love at first drive? We got it covered with the main man Marshall at Gossett Hyundai on the Pike.
That's right, Randy. Check this out. Brand new 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE, 33 miles per gallon. We got it at $216.40 a month. That's just over $7 a day. Or the all-new 2026 Hyundai Elantra SE, $203.21 a month. That's less than $7 a day for your brand new ride.
That's amazing. And if you're into technology, you got to check out Palisade.
Get your tech on in 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL for only $215.62 a month, Randy.
And every Gossett Hyundai's got owner assurance with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Come see me, the main man Marshall, where we're charging forward and charging less at Gossett Hyundai, 1956 Covenant Pike, or visit online at HyundaiGossett.com 24/7.
Electric TU 188,709, MSRP 24,565, Palisade TU 096,984, MSRP 45,075, Tucson TH 69,7020, MSRP 31,805, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax on license with approved credit. CD list for details off title in the month.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. We still got slow traffic in Midtown. From an earlier vehicle fire, it's just one of those situations where it's the wrong place at the wrong time with all that heavy traffic volume trying to get past 240 southbound here at Union. Again, Midtown traffic's been a lot slower than normal as they finish up this vehicle fire. Starting to build even more now on 240 over here at Mill Branch all the way out to 385 as you get on to Bill Morris Parkway. Hey, bridal season just around the corner. Shop local and save a ton of money at Weimer's Jewelry out there on Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
I'm Bryant and Brett with you as we've got about 30 minutes left in today's show. We got to talk about what's trending, couple different things that I want to get to during this segment, but we talked earlier, had a texter text in and ask about the decision day in the NBA for the draft, whether players decide to stay in the draft or return to college. Two that have been reported over the last 30 minutes or so. John Rothstein reporting, a couple other people reporting as well. I believe Kevin Sweeney, who joins us during the college basketball season, was also on top of this. Amari Allen from Alabama. He has told John Rothstein that he is withdrawing his name from the NBA draft and will return to Alabama next season. Allen was a player that some had mocked for the Grizzlies with that second-round pick. And then just coming out while we were at break, John Rothstein also reporting that Arkansas's Billy Richmond is staying in the NBA draft. So a surprised there.
I'm very surprised.
I definitely thought that he would return to Arkansas, but I guess
there's no other final dates. This is it.
This is it for college guys. There's an additional date for the European players, foreign players, to decide if they're going to stay with their club.
Tomorrow, Billy Richmond can't change his mind.
No, tonight.
Which I don't like that. I wish they could up to draft, but then that's hard for the NBA to make plans.
Yeah, no, that can be really. I like having a date. Maybe make it. It's so hard because for a lot of these guys, I think Billy Richmond's in there, and certainly some of these other guys. We're talking about Momcilovic and some of the offers that he has out there. Koa Pete. I mean, teams. Those decisions could really make or break their next season or what they feel like they need to do to kind of fill those spots. And so, I would like for them to get a little more time, maybe, and to be able to do a couple more workouts. But, it's just such a fine line of trying to make sure the NBA is good, try to make sure college is good with those decisions. So it's a weird window that you have to
Where
make.
would you tank-a-thon Billy Richmond in the draft? Where would you put him? Where would you mock him? Not first round.
No, I mean, it would be... maybe somebody sees some upside in him. Obviously, what he can do defensively
Just takes one.
Is huge. Yeah, I mean, all you really need from him is get his shooting worked out. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a team that maybe the last couple picks in the first round just said, hey, we like the upside in this guy. Outside of that, I think it's high second round.
28 to 40.
I would say that's probably the window that I would say.
How much could he have really improved that next year? Could he gotten in the top 10?
I don't think he could have.
I don't know if that shot was ever going to get that improved. Here's one thing, just confession time. I thought at some point in his college basketball life, he would play for Penny.
Yeah.
Through transferring, disgruntled, come home, whatever. Now that's not going to happen.
No,
clearly.
No, definitely not. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's ever been a time that I've watched Billy Richmond play basketball and thought that he was like a top 20 guy. And I don't think that would have changed next year if he had returned to
really good college player.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of surprised that he didn't take that. Now, Billy Richmond might look around and say, hey, everything Arkansas is bringing in, how much bigger of a check could I have gotten? What would my role have really looked like next year for Arkansas? Maybe this is the time to go ahead and start that NBA clock, getting good feedback from NBA teams. Just go ahead and do it. I don't know. There are some guys that they're just ready to be NBA players, and so
Malik Thomas, you think will stay in the draft?
I think he will. I'll tell you right now,
he's a better player than Richmond.
Yeah, he definitely is. When I saw the tweet, I kind of skimmed it real fast, and all I saw was Arkansas staying in the draft. I thought it was Malik Thomas that the tweet was about. And then once I actually read it and saw that it was Billy Richmond, I was surprised. I think he probably stays. But, I really wouldn't be surprised about anything with these guys.
From everything I get at Arkansas on the funding front for basketball is John goes out and raises all his own money.
Wow.
Just deals completely around Hunter Yurchek.
Interesting.
They might as well be a potted plant.
Yeah, interesting. Wow.
He makes all his own magic, and he's really being helpful and friendly to Ryan Silverfield, which friendly to football coaches hadn't always happened at previous stops.
No. I mean, it started off well, I guess, but it doesn't usually last.
Well, it got ugly with Mark Stoops.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And here, like everybody, he liked Tommy, but he wasn't real helpful. If he could go to basketball, and I don't blame him. If he could go to basketball, he wanted it.
No doubt about it.
Famous ice maker.
Well,
famous hardwood floors.
Yeah.
Office updates. But he was winning a lot along those times. All that time. He was.
Yeah.
UMass, football, no factor.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, yeah, we'll wait. Still some big-time decisions to be made as we are really starting to count down the hours until it is deadline time. This just now coming out, Brett McMurphy reporting that SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey reiterates that the 16-team playoff is still the SEC's, quote, preferred format. So Sankey still waving the flag for 16.
Yeah, and it really gets more almost desperate with every passing meeting down there. And who was I think it was Lane, the latest SEC coach, talking about, our bottom is better. we're not arguing bottoms. We're not arguing teams 11 through 16 in any league. Now, I have always said the best judge of a conference is bottom up rather than top down, because most top's pretty good. But when you get into bowl season and playoff season and the last few years with the winning and productivity of the Big Ten, that speaks for itself. We're not worried about, how good Kentucky and Arkansas or State that they are.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. When you start talking about bowl season, playoffs, success at that point of the season, you can argue for days about who is better, Arkansas or Purdue, and who cares?
And what of it?
Exactly. I mean, what are you going to get out of it? So I would say Arkansas is better than Purdue, but what does that really matter at the end of the day?
Yeah, well, Arkansas went 2-10 last year.
That's true. That's very true.
I mean, one of their 2 wins was against Arkansas State, and I said it after that game, and I have always advocated for that game. I like Arkansas State, want them to do well, but I don't know how Arkansas can ever say, let's do this again, when in a year that they finished 16 in the SEC, they win 2 games, and they beat them by 45?
Yeah.
What do we got to prove?
Nothing. Nothing.
What's in it for us?
Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, I mean, it's a really, really good point. So,
But I do think teams should be playing in the neighborhood. Now, Greg Sankey yesterday, he made the comment of no more cupcakes.
Yeah. Eliminating Cupcake Week.
Eliminating Cupcake Week, which is historically the week before. When he says no more cupcakes, that should be all of FCS at any time. So I think all they'll end up doing is moving Cupcake a week up.
Yeah, or maybe just spreading out the cupcakes on the schedule. Maybe a couple teams have Cupcake Week 1, couple teams have Cupcake Week 3, couple Cupcake Week 6.
And it's why my scheduling, you'll never get them to go for it, and I can't blame them until we have a committee that shows a real understanding and recognition of strength of schedule. Go back to 2 years ago, that still inflames me, that, SMU, 11 wins, Brett. Who was it against, though? Who was it against? And their biggest bullet point selection weekend was we didn't lose as bad in the ACC championship game as it looked like we were going to lose at halftime. So we're 11-2, put us in. When people that watch football knew 9-3 Ole Miss, I know they lost to Kentucky. I dubbed it the single worst home SEC loss in Ole Miss football history. I know that happened, but their 9-3 was better than SMU's 11-2. And until we get a committee that can recognize that, why would you go to my scheduling? And my scheduling is 9 league games, 1 game against somebody else from the rest of the league that doesn't count as a league game. Other conferences are doing that, aren't they?
Are they? I have no idea.
ACC plays a couple times.
Do they?
And they don't count it.
Interesting.
I think even somebody in the Big 12 may have last year. You play a game against somebody you don't see very often, but it doesn't count against the league standings. That's 10. 11th game, somebody in the area, FBS, Memphis, Ole Miss, Southern Miss, Arkansas State, Arkansas, Memphis, Tulane in a mix with that, UAB in a mix with that, Middle in a mix with that, of teams in the area, and then the 12th game, somebody from Power 4, in another conference.
Yeah, I mean,
and pick who you want.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. I don't love the additional conference non-conference game, just because I just feel like at that point it can get super confusing. Of they beat Tennessee, but Tennessee that was a non-conference game, even though they're still in the SEC. I think there's a lot of that could be.
But it has gotten confusing. I think I am right in this. You're not going to believe what I have printed off. Already started lightly shaded W's and L's.
Wow.
If I can find it. But the American Conference.
Yeah.
This year, I think Army, do they play 9 conference games with the Navy game?
Yeah, because I don't think Navy doesn't count as a conference game.
But Navy only plays 8 conference
games. Is that right?
Games.
Interesting.
Well, help me, all right? Navy, conference games. FAU, count them out. UAB,
2.
Tulsa,
3.
UTSA,
4.
North Texas,
5.
Temple.
6.
Memphis.
7.
Charlotte.
8.
All right. Army. Count them out for me.
Okay.
USF.
Okay, 1.
Temple.
2.
Tulane.
Okay, 3.
FAU.
4.
Tulsa.
5.
Memphis.
6.
ECU.
7.
Rice.
8.
That's only 8.
It's only 8.
Right?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, look, math was never my best subject, so don't quote me, but I might have missed a number in there.
Well, I can't count. Maybe it wasn't my best subject.
But you are right, because I do. When you said it and I started thinking about it, there because of the teams.
Well, in 8, they do count it as both as a conference game, wouldn't they?
No, they don't, because it comes the week after the.
Right.
Yeah, it's the week after
Saturday, December 12th, after the championship.
That's right, so they don't count it as a conference game. And that's one reason why those coaches
it gets different
like to but you're right, because the teams had the teams from the Pac-12 came in, and a lot of those teams already had pre-existing contracts with teams in the Big 12, and so they called those non-conference games, even though they were in conference. And I remember everyone just being like, this is the most confusing thing ever.
I know Virginia played somebody in the ACC last year that it was designated as a non-conference game.
I mean, it's weird. I would not. I would rather that not be the blanket of it, because I just feel like that gets way too confusing. Come standings, championship game, all that stuff.
5:47 on a Wednesday.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. When we're trying to go, wait, was that a conference game? Was that a non-conference game?
Riveting radio when we're counting out loud too.
That's right. Yes. No, that is the theater of the mind right there. Well, let's get to our final break. When we return, we'll wrap up today's show with Moe's Crunch Time.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
It's time to get your backyard ready for the ultimate pool party with a little help from Family Leisure. If you've been sitting on the fence about taking the plunge with a pool, now's the time to take the dive. You want an above-ground pool? Done. Starting at $39.99, and that's with installation. You want an in-ground pool? Take your pick. They start at under $50,000. Accessorize that pool with a patio furniture set starting at just $9.99. Outdoor sectionals, they start at $12.99. In fact, all in-stock patio furniture sets are priced to move. And with select patio furniture sets, you'll get a free umbrella and base. Okay, you aren't looking to get into a pool just yet? Family Leisure has hot tubs that start at just $34.99. Get in shape or stay in shape with a swim spa starting at $16,999. Get your backyard, front yard, side yard, whatever, ready for fun. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Do you know what Penny Hardaway and I have in common? We should both be in that building celebrating the best basketball players of all time. Of course, I'll have to buy a ticket to get in, but he should already be there. But seriously, we both surround ourselves with the best people we can find. We work hard to achieve our goals, and we are both among the best in our respective fields. At Fiveash, we can't win titles or get national awards, but what we can and do strive to do is give 100% of ourselves to give you the best product possible and one you can be proud of. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call at 901-367-0050, and we will do everything we can to provide you the best of everything. Fiveash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
I have solved one of life's great puzzles.
That seems really unlikely.
I have.
Okay, what puzzle?
What to give people as wedding presents when they're out of town.
It's not that big of a puzzle.
Oh, yeah? What would you do?
I would ship them some yummy Central Barbecue. So what were you going to say?
Ship them some yummy Central Barbecue? Because they have great packages.
Yeah, like the ribs pack, the pulled pork pack, even the combo pack.
This is all stuff that I was going to say.
I know. You're always going to go to the Central Barbecue well.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet at 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
This is pretty cool, and we're just getting started.
Spanning the globe.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! This game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight?
This is for all the biggest Crunch Time.
You are looking live. In your life have you seen anything like that?
Crunch time between the hedges.
The ball game is over, and Memphis has its first win in 16 tries. Its first win ever against its fierce in-state rival Tennessee.
It's obviously Crunch Time.
Hammer, nail, coffin, this baby is over.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need a crunchy bite to eat? Head to Moe's for nachos, crunch wraps, tacos, salads, and more. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies. Well, Brett, what I learned today, we've been talking about it already, but it is deadline day for the stay or go candidates for the NBA draft. We talked in the last segment about 2 guys that have made their decision, but earlier in the show, we talked about 9 big-time names that had to make their decision, and the Tigers will be watching some of these decisions. Tyler Tanner, if he returns to Vanderbilt, Memphis will see them. A lot of other teams in the area, SEC teams, will be watching that as well. Momcilovic, wherever he lands, as his name is in the transfer portal, if he decides to come back to school, maybe Memphis sees them, maybe a team in the SEC sees him. So some big-time decisions, 2 down. Feels like about 7 or 8 more before the end of the night.
Speaking of ticket prices, what I learned, lowest get-in ticket right now for Game 3 at Madison Square Garden, $3,000. Whew. Wonder what the Leninist mayor of the Big Apple thinks of that. Why don't he just buy a bunch of tickets and give them away to people? That's what he believes.
Well,
all the affordability talk, $4,000 for Game 6. That's only going up.
Yeah, it is going up. What I could have done without the SEC and what Greg Sankey's saying about pretty much everything right now.
Well, boy, we're in mid-season form on the crying, aren't we?
Yeah, we really are. Well, that's what the offseason's all about, you know? We don't got games.
To cry?
So, I mean, that's what it seems like right now. But where are you beaming tonight?
Fenway Park, Boston for Braves trying to get to 20 over 500.
Wow, that is going to be a good one. No basketball tonight. Beam me to hockey. A big game tonight between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Canadiens.
Can we close out?
No
close out.
I believe 2-1 right now.
Twins at White Sox, Rays at O's, Cubs at Pittsburgh. Yeah. Cubs going to need to get off the schneid.
No, they definitely do. They need a win in the worst way possible. So, yeah, a lot tonight. Not as much because we don't have basketball, but hockey playoff game tonight. A lot of baseball as well.
Baseball.
That's right. It's very much center stage. So, a lot to watch. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.